And welcome everybody to teamgap Esports. I know you're supposed to see Machakor here today, but I am going to be one of your casters. Alongside me is Dack. Welcome, Dack.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Yep, and we got quite a game on our hands. It's going to be Shrimp Gang versus Donkey Punch, second seed and third seed, respectively. I believe. Did I say that right? Yeah, I think I did. But this is gonna be a pretty intense game. The higher ups are facing off. We're just I think this is gonna be a good match. I've looked at these teams over time, and Shrimp Gang being on the kind of the back end of the beginning of the season, coming up to third place. What do you think about these teams? Since I know you went over them a few times, Dak.
Well, I mean, both these teams are looking pretty interesting. From what I understand, Shrimp Gang has a sub, I believe, Amazing Nine, so I'm excited to see some of his gameplay. I see some interesting champs in his pool in the top lane, so really excited to see what they can pull out for us here. Um,
Okay.
Looks like there's a lot of Zeri abuse in the bot lane from what I can tell, so hopefully we'll see a little bit of that as well. It's quite the fun pick to commentate on, so.
That is true. That is true. And I mean, yeah, let's introduce the teams themselves. Shrimp Gang is going to be starting blue side for the first game, as that is what they selected. We have, like you said, Amazing Nine is going to be in the top side for them today instead of Hottest Cashier. We have Knock 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 in the jungle. LBX Tony B in mid lane. Kodak Mac in ADC. I think actually no, am I wrong? It's not Kodak.
I believe that's correct.
It's Magic Man, wherever he's at. He's not in he's not in the lobby yet, but it will be Magic
Hmm.
Man, I believe, for ADC, and then we have Kodak Mac as support for Shrimp Gang. Then on the other side we have Donkey Punch. We have Carbon in the top side, Little Phoenix in the jungle, Shroud Abuser in the mid lane, two clones, one box ADC, and Psych Out, who we all know and love, Psych Out 40 in support. So we're just waiting on draft, but I kind of want to pick your brain. This is your first time casting with us, so I am glad to have you on board. Macho is experiencing some. Oh, Kodak is ADC. Okay, Magic is support. I did not
Gotcha.
realize that
Thank
that
you.
was changed. But yeah, Magicor was supposed to be here today, but unfortunately, he had some. He's in a hotel right now, kind of experiencing some internet issues. I'm not sure what happened there. Don't ask me, but I am here to fill in that part. But yeah, welcome aboard, Deck. I think this is gonna be a good first game for you. Actually, have you
It
casted
seems like it's
before?
gonna be a great one. I have not, no. This would be my first time, so
Okay,
you know,
fresh out of the oven. Oh man.
yeah,
We're
fresh
just
all
throwing you
around.
to the wolves at this point.
Oh yeah, I'm hoping that hoping it goes well.
Okay, yeah, it definitely will. I mean, these two teams, I mean, we've seen Donkey Punch kind of just steamroll a lot of these other teams and consistently staying at the top. So it's going to really be a battle of, teamwork here because I, I think both of these teams have their solidified compositions in place and they're going to react accordingly to what the other team is picking and how they want to play out the game. We're just about to get started. It looks like I'm not sure what's going on. Let me see. With I think Shrimp Gang, Magic Man showed up a little late, but that's okay. But yeah. Don't flame me already, Buster, please. Oh man, but yeah. So they have gone ahead and started draft. Let's get that rolling. So I think on the side of Shrimp Gang, since they're starting blue side, I believe yeah they want to ban out Shroud, and I think they also want to ban out Carbon. They've been performing relatively well over the past games for Donkey Punch, at least that we've seen on stream. So Akali's going to be already banned out. Nocturne respecting the good old Nocturne, kind of main there. Um, But yeah, what do you think? What else do you think is in the meta right now that needs, to be banned, or what it would like? You said Zeri earlier, which I kind of agree, but I think there's a way around Zeri, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. As far as meta goes, I think Jinx Zeri are definitely big old bot lane picks. Aphelios is too, but most people aren't really good enough at Aphelios to be make him worth banning. Uh, but I don't know exactly what these champ pools look like, but Zeri I've definitely seen 20 or so games from Kodak Max, uh, so that'll be interesting if they don't ban it out. I'm assuming that
Okay.
might be a prio pick for them because it seems like he seems pretty comfortable in the pick.
All right. Well, we've already gone ahead and got through the bans. Shrimp Gang are gonna first pick here. I wouldn't be surprised if they picked, either for jungle or bot lane, one of the two. I mean, ADC seeming to be the first picks nowadays. Like you said, Jinx, always a good first pick just to kind of test the waters. But we'll see what they pick here. I think they definitely, yeah, they're gonna go ahead and pick the
Oh,
Zeri, like you were
first pick on the
saying.
Zeri, not. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, some of the really cool clips that we've gotten for the submissions have been a lot of Zeri. So I've been seeing Zeri like a lot for the past few weeks. So no surprise there. Meanwhile, Donkey Punch looks like they're going to pick up their jungler and ADC. It's going to be Vi and
Interesting.
Misfortune. How do you feel about that as a second pick?
The misfortune I'm not so sure about. Um, I like the Vi pick. I think the biggest issue that I see most of the time with misfortune is finding a way to get value with her ult. So that'll be a tough one. Hopefully they'll pick a
Okay,
support or something else that can synergize with it and set up some good ults.
that is fair. And it looks like Nami is going to be the next support on the list for Shrimp Gang. And I mean, I really think that Zeri can go with anything,
Mm,
as long as she's able to zoom. Right? It's really dependent
right.
on what the enemy picks, because if they pick heavy lockdown, she's not going to be able to do much. But it looks like Wukong is going to be also picked up, assuming that might be a flex pick. I'm not really sure. I know that I think it's going to be top lane, but we can always be wrong. Same with Morgana, honestly. I kind of missed the Morgana jungle not too long ago. That was pretty fun to play. I
That
like
was a
seeing mages in the jungle sometimes. Not all the time. Not like where it's like you just put mid lane in jungle and call it a day. But I do like seeing
mm,
some junglers, some AP junglers more than others.
yeah, they're fun to see on occasion. They're maybe not fun 20 games in a row, but
Yeah.
it is a nice shift from your typical 80 junglers smacking around jungle camps. So
Right. Yep. And I mean, it looks like we're going very, very, pick heavy here, or bruiser heavy with the Vi, with the Wukong. No true tank selected just yet. It looks like Shrimp Game are afraid of the top lane Kled. I think that's fair for Carbon. We've seen it on stream before. Did some pretty nasty work with the ex Peke. That play will always stick in my mind. It's gonna be in the highlight reel, so don't worry. We have that clipped all ready and set to go. But it looks like Ari and Yi are gonna be banned away from Shrimp Gang. I think Ari is kind of a respectable ban because they changed her and now she has just tons of front load damage and really good for pick potential for the entire team. As the last ban to go out is going to be Silas, so kind of poking at every part of the map here with these bans. Some of them are, I can see being targeted. Some of them are just respectful, and it looks like Donkey Punch are going to pick Kennen out of all things. How do you feel about that?
interesting. Um, I'm feeling I like the idea with the misfortune. I like it with Morgana. I think it's really easy to chain a nice Morgana shield into a flash cannon ult, and there's not much counterplay that Shrimp Gang will have to that. So I think if they set it up well, I believe it can work really, really well here. Um,
Okay.
I'm curious to see what their final pick will be, which looks like it'll be a mid lane pick, but either I mean honestly a little bit of frontline wouldn't be terrible here, but they like you said they're kind of bruiser heavy. So we'll see. Shrimp Gang is has picked a tank though, so they're
Yeah.
booting. Bodes pretty well, I think, for their Zeri. Have some be able to have some nice engage that she can work around. Ooh, especially if
Right.
they lock in this Lissandra pick.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be spicy here. I feel like Lissandra hasn't gotten a lot of attention over the past season, but
Hmm.
it's always nice to see, especially if you're good at Lissandra, because she does take quite some timing and positioning. Being a very short ranged mage, definitely takes its toll. But it's kind of interesting because it's a blind pick, and usually you want to use Lissandra as a counter pick. But it looks like, yeah,
Ooh.
I mean, they are going to be able to punish Ione, who excels in the mid lane there. I'm going to throw out predictions for everybody in the audience. Oh, I forgot. I gotta change the name. Yeah, the only reason the name, as I was telling Dack earlier here, is Coldsteel is, I don't know, for whatever reason, Twitch just doesn't like the word donkey. I mean, I don't know. Ban me? I don't know. It's really weird. But either way, Donkey Punch. I think honestly they have a really risky comp, and I like that.
Hmm.
What do you feel about these teams as of right now?
No, I'd agree. I think if it comes down to raw team fights and they're even, that Shrimp Gang has a much better comp. But Donkey Punch has a lot of really good pick potential with the Vi, with the
Yeah.
Morgana, Yone, even Kennen. Every single one of those plays really well into the play style of finding people who are out of position or bad at the game and just punishing it. It's so those are all really great picks to find a wandering Nami looking too deep for wards or anything of the sort. So. I'm curious to see it. Donkey Punch's
Okay.
slogan is to kick them while they're down, so maybe they'll maybe they'll get a quick lead here. I'm hoping to see an invade. I'm very fond of those. But maybe they'll
Yeah,
get a quick lead and
invades
then keep punching.
looking so good for Donkey Punch, especially
Mm,
if you pick out the Nami with that Morgana binding. It's just kind of, and then we've seen that a lot from the PCL over the past games. We've seen a lot of invades, pretty much exclusively to red side. I feel actually there might have been a lot. There might have been some blue side invades that we've seen on stream, but it's mostly been red side if I remember correctly. So it's going to be
mm,
interesting to see. And yeah, I think that both of these teams have a goal in mind, right? You have pick
right.
potential on the side of Donkey Punch, and then you have team fight wombo combo. Throw out all your ultimates, make sure you're peeling for Zeri, kind of team fight aspect over on the side of Shrimp Gang. But you said you were leaning towards Donkey Punch, but who do you think is actually going to take game one?
Ooh. I mean, I think if Donkey Punch play this right and they get real nice and aggressive and can actually get value from it, I would definitely vote for them. But I think it just depends on how they play the first 10 minutes. That's what this game feels like it might be decided in. So we'll have to see. But um,
Okay.
if I think if there's not too much action, then Shrimp Gang have a much better comp for later, as long as they can actually group up and make use of it.
Yeah, I do agree, and I definitely want to look at the bot lane here because we've seen both of these bot lanes perform extremely well over the course of
Mm,
the season so far, and I feel like it's really a toss up, right? Like this could go
right.
either way, and I think that's the lane that I want to look at the most, apart from the other lanes, because we know Magic Man and Psych Out are gonna duke it out pretty heavily. They're pretty, dare I say, strong headed when it comes to being in the bot lane there. So definitely looking forward to that lane. What lane are you looking at the most in this match?
Ooh. So I mean, I am a support player and ADC player, so I've definitely got an eye on the bot lane. I think the top lane might have some action here though.
Okay.
Uh, Hard to tell. This cannon might just sit back and poke all lane, but it'll be an interesting one. Of course,
Will
there's
be.
also the mid lane. Yone players have been known to be a little aggressive and like to enjoy their their mid lane duels. So it's very possible that we see some nice action in the mid lane. whether that
Okay.
be
Oh,
going 0-10 or 10-0. You know.
all right. Well, looks like we got a bug. Real quick, he couldn't grab a summoner spell, so we'll get that back up and rolling in a second.
Hmm.
But yeah, I think I'm gonna risk it and go with Donkey Punch on this one. I think they have the means. They're second place. They've been doing really well across all lanes, and I think they you know, as much as we like Shrimp Gang and as much as they
Mm-hmm.
are one of our veterans, I do or veteran teams, I do think that Donkey Punch have proven themselves as you know as best as they could so far in the season. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Donkey Punch. But
Yeah.
you know, we'll have to find out because I think both of these teams are very evenly matched. They're very skillful in what they do, and you know they're so close in the standings that really this is gonna be a really good one. But for right now,
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna go ahead and take a short break. Hopefully it doesn't bug out again. But we'll be back after this break with game one of Shrimp Gang versus Donkey Punch. Don't go anywhere. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the first game of Shrimp Gang versus Donkey Punch. Shrimp Gang has elected to take blue side, and Donkey Punch will take red side. We expected an invade here, Dack, but it doesn't seem like, well, kind of. I guess they didn't 5-stack invade like we thought they might have were going to. So,
Yeah, it
interesting to
seems like
see.
both teams opted for a 5-point instead, which I think if you're on the Morgana team, you definitely look for a 5-man here, but no judgment.
Yeah, I mean, no judgment. I think, I mean, maybe they're just playing it safe because they know, like, hey, this is a tough team we're facing. I mean, the third place, they're right below us. So if we mess up, they might take it, right? They might just run with the lead that they've got, and we don't want to risk that. Which, hey, I'm all for risky plays, though. I don't know about you, but I love risky plays. Risky plays make things interesting, and the reward is so great, right? Especially with a team like this, where Vi could pop off, Yone could pop off, even Misfortune pop off, you know, with an early lead. So definitely interesting, but we're just going to have a kind of a slow start, I guess. I'm mainly wanting to see Tony, at least for the mid lane. I know that wasn't one of the lanes I was, like, you know, kind of too excited about, because I know that Yone pretty much wants to scale, wants to get to his item power spikes. But you mentioned top lane too, and I think that is going to be a pretty aggressive lane. I think Carbon might have the advantage here only because of the range, but Amazing 9 can pretty much catch up to him with, the, like we just saw, the dash. But he's taking a lot of return damage, so it's going to be fighting all around the map, I think. I mean, Lysandra is going to look to do the same thing against Yone, so we'll have to see. As this side of Shrimp Gang did get level 2 first, but aren't being aggressive with it. Maybe? Oh, okay.
Morgana does hit the Q. Looks pretty good. Exhaust comes out from Nami. Nothing more is going to happen from that trade, but not terrible for Misfortune Morgana to take that trade.
Definitely not, and I think that's kind of one of the things you want to see coming out from level 2s, right? It was just really unfortunate that Magic Man got binded as soon as he hit level 2. Amazing 9 might be in trouble.
Yep, there's a gank coming up top lane. He tries to bait. Is he gonna? He still takes the Vi punch, takes a cannon Q, flashes away. Ooh, Vi flash for the kill. And this is what I wanted to see. You know, that early aggressive play by Donkey. So
definitely.
They're looking to return on the bot side though. Sejuani ganking, shields up though. Not gonna be able to get much. Not even a summoner spell out. So pretty well played by Donkey Gang to, excuse me, Donkey Punch. To. Yeah, you know what? Donkey Gang, Donkey Punch there.
Same thing. Same thing.
Oh, looks like they repeat gank though. Oh, another black shield to follow it up. They get the slow this time, and Misfortune flash out. Not bad.
Yeah, not bad. Psych Out is so clean with these shields, but wait, there's more!
Another gank in the mid lane. You know what? I love to see the ganks, though I'm sure the laners don't.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this is what we kind of wanted from the junglers specifically, right? But Magic Man eating all of these bindings, Psych Out, I think he's doing a great job already. Just hitting the bindings, hitting the black shields, making sure that 2 clones stays alive.
Yeah, and looks like another binding. Does he have the damage? Oh, with the minion wave there, he has the damage to solo the Nami. That is a mistake that's going to hurt, both mentally and in terms of gold. I'm curious how Psych Out will use that extra gold, if he'll put some boots in on his feet or what, but
that was interesting. Magic Man auto attacks, gets caught up in the minions, hits another binding to the face, and I mean, hey, gold is gold for Psych Out.
Yeah, can't complain about that one.
Yeah, Morgana does have the damage there, but looks like Phoenix is kind of edging towards this top side. Might even invade. Yeah, it looks like he's going in. I really like this approach from him. Actually, you know, he actually hasn't gone back, so I'm a little surprised. Because normally you get first blood. I mean, you clear your side and then you go back. You get some item. That's a lead. But Tony, oh, jeez,
decent trade.
Heavy trading. Yeah, very heavy trading. Expected that a little bit from the side of Tony, but Shroud is doing a great job with the regen there, and Tony is already out of mana. Gonna have to go back soon, else, yep, it looks like he is gonna take his back now. Shroud sees that. He's gonna hard shove as expected. This is kind of, you know, it's going in Donkey Punch's favor so far. But anything, I think it's still up for grabs. Anybody's game right now. It's, you know, it's interesting to see the kind of dynamic that Nock has taken, because they know that the bot lane is strong, right? And that's why I think that repeat gank came through. But you see how Two Clones and Psych Out probably communicated. We're like, hey, just in case. I mean, we just saw Nock right here. Let's just wait for Black Shield to come up again. And I think that
does not fully commit.
I thought he was too, but you know, he might be able to with the level 6 now. Top side. This is what I wanted to see also as well from Carbon, doing a very good job abusing the range, because I think that it's really... Okay, wait a minute.
Oh, 3v3 in the bot lane. Lissandra goes in for the ult, doesn't know the buys there. 4v3 now, in favor of Shrimp Gang. Shrimp Gang's looking to clean it up. Zeri flash in, kills one. Lissandra passive starting to go off. Can Zeri get a second? It looks like she will. Not bad at all. Yone just a little late to get there, and the Lissandra plus the Sejuani gank is just too much to handle whenever Miss Fortune's already down a flash.
Wait a minute. What?
Alright, alt for vision. Good use of the Yone alt. Gotta say I'm
Wait a
big
minute.
fan.
What did I put my points into? What was that? A little bit of... Yeah, that was definitely questionable. I don't know. I don't have any words for that one.
You know, it's... Masters of Yone, you'd have to really understand the champ to understand the value that he got there.
Okay.
So.
I mean, I am a Yone player, so...
Maybe you should add that one to your playbook then.
Maybe I should. You know, ulting for vision, that's such a good idea. I didn't think of that now, but he's in trouble now.
He doesn't have his ult for an escape or to go in. He does have his Vi to back him up, and it looks like Knock's gonna back up.
Yeah, so just having a Phoenix in your pocket, I think it would, you know, he knows. Yone doesn't need his ult if he has a little Phoenix. You know?
yeah, a Phoenix in the pocket's worth two in the bush. Though honestly, I think a Phoenix in the bush would also be pretty nice to have in your mid lane, but...
That's true, that is true. However, yeah, that was certainly an interesting play down on the bot side. Honestly, the rotations were... you know, unmatched from Shrimp Gang. They had everybody there almost at the same time. I mean, Shroud showed up late, and it was a really good collapse, knowing that Two Clones had already used his flash from earlier to get away from the knock gank. So yeah, that was a good pickup for Kodak. Now Zeri, I feel with these 2 kills can do a lot, right? We already see the Trinity Force being built. I think after a few items, I think it's like after Triforce and Runons, she becomes like almost unstoppable, honestly. But it looks like Two Clones is building lethality, so I'm curious if that is going into a Dusk Blade.
Nope.
Oh, little Phoenix?
Just a trade. Oh, but top lane is returning it. Will they take it any further? It doesn't look like it. They're content with the flash from Sejuani, and mid lane's taken a pretty big chunk on Donkey Punch's side, so maybe he can make something happen with his Vi coming in behind, though.
Uh-oh.
Will they be able to stop? Ooh, good punch, followed out by Yone ult, Ignite, ooh, and Vi ult. Lissandra did not have a good way out there. I think Lissandra's only option would have been to keep running, but fortunate.
Yeah, it was... Tony didn't use the ultimate from Lissandra on himself. I feel like that would have been maybe a really clutch play, just to buy time for maybe Nock to get there. But I think it was CC'd for too much, or just didn't have the reaction time. Either way, good response. I mean, Shroud finally uses his ult for something good. Right? No flame, no flame.
He got some vision from on the Lissandra and a kill on her this time, so maybe that's a more high value ultimate, but hard to tell.
Yeah, but yeah, it's a good look from both sides so far. I think we have plays coming out from both sides that I think are very respectable and are working out in both teams' favor. Still, the gold lead is in favor of Donkey Punch as of right now. It did change a bit ago, as Shroud continues to take that poke damage a lot from Tony right now. And he did build a Merc Treads, which I think is pretty good for him, right? He wants to stay alive during this really punishing lane instead of going for the attack speed right away, because he needs to scale. He needs to get his items, and he does have a pretty solid 10-ish CS lead. So he's doing really well for himself right now, especially with that one kill that he picked up. But yeah, all across the map, I mean, we see the CS difference in the top side. It feels bad for Amazing 9 being at the range disadvantage, but I think that's kind of the downside to picking top so early on in the draft without it being necessarily a flex pick. Is that you're going to get punished. And this is one way to do it. So they are going to have top pressure here. And it looks like this Rift is definitely going to fall into the hands of Donkey Punch.
Yeah, and I think that's a really good roam by the Morgana. Really great back timing, gets to walk up for free and help this team secure the Herald.
Yeah, as the next dragon is coming up, I do have the Spectator bug, so I can't tell which one it is. First Cloud Soul, or Cloud Dragon rather, was picked up by Shrimp Gang. We might even have this Herald play just, popped in the mid lane or even the bot lane, just to get the dragon here. But looks like Little Phoenix is actually edging towards the top side of the map.
Yeah, it looks like he may go for either a dive or a Herald play. Getting aggressive. Yeah, he's just gonna pop the Herald, and they might have to concede this dragon unless the 3v4 in the bot lane can turn up some results.
Yeah,
I think it's an interesting choice by Vi there, but
definitely interesting. And I feel like yeah, it looks like Shrimp Game are going to take advantage of Vi showing on the top side. They're gonna pick up that drag real quick. I don't think Donkey Punch have the means to kind of engage the team fight here. Oh no.
Lysandra going in, they get the cleanse out and followed straight up with another ultimate. The exhaust, ooh, Misfortune flashes to die anyways. I don't think Morgana, ooh, good Morgana flash actually. She dodges the Zeri engage and makes it out. But still, that's a lot lost. All summoner spells in the bot lane just for not getting a dragon. I think they might have needed to back off and concede that Drake with Vi in the mid/top side.
Yeah, definitely.
Another great engage up top though. Oh, can he get it? Nice. Wow. Just barely with a sliver of HP. And we got more action in the mid. Ooh. Little slow on the Yone ult, but you know what, I respect it.
It's either he uses it for the wrong reason, he's late with it, or he's on point with it. I don't know. That's not coin flip at that point, right? But yeah, good reaction from Shrimp Gang to kind of even out the gold here. Picking up a second drag. It is going to be Ocean Soul. Spicy to see. Oh.
Does not hit the bubble.
Yeah, if that bubble hit, I think 2 cleanse is dead. No flash, no cleanse. Kodak,
yeah, I think
pretty strong.
They may have also had the option to buff Zerion to get the slow first and then go for bubble, knowing that 2 clones 1 box doesn't have any summoner spells up.
Right.
That would have been a better option to be engaged, but
yeah, I definitely agree.
Users taking another trade.
Yeah, he loves to do that, especially when Phoenix is here.
Misses the ult, Vi misses the flash Q, but hits the ult. Yone flashes away. Lysandra is playing the mind games right here. She's doing alright. She's kiting really well. If she bought enough time for her Sejuani, Sejuani flashes in, gets 1 kill on to the Yone. That was an interesting series of events. Shroud User was very convinced that Lysandra was going to follow her E through, and she did not, so she instead chose to just take the 1v1 with the Vi, which paid out really well.
That was an extreme kiting case. I mean, we saw that Little Phoenix and Shroud Abuser missed a lot of things, but holy moly, I'm surprised that Tony got out of that. Very well played. And Knock Knock is here in the bottom side again.
Yep, maybe because they hit a Q. Knock Knock make this work. Ooh, Black Shield goes on to the Misfortune, which leaves Psych out in a really rough spot. I think he's going to fall here. And there, Psych out goes. Ooh. Sejuani ult tossed in. traded for Misfortune Alt. I think that's pretty worthwhile for Gorilla, Gorilla Donkey Shrimp Gang Punch. Not the Misfortune though. It's a good trade. Oh, action in the top lane, not gonna get much.
Yeah, not gonna get much. Really inching towards the tower though. That tower is on like 2 health. Amazing 9 probably going to lose the tower soon without some help. Everything's been kind of bot focused right now. The gold is dead even. Oh my gosh. Even with all that. And now, yep, finally that turret has fallen. Gonna be good for Carbon now that he can start roaming around the map and helping out his team. Because we do have a couple of people like Zeri and Lissandra doing extremely well. Both have bounties on their heads. Could be good to help take those out. As yeah, this is an interesting game so far. I mean, Shroud, bless his heart, he has been trying, but oh no, okay, another fight.
Another 2v2. Lissandra takes a large chunk of damage. Ooh, good Yone ult. Hits 2, followed straight up with a beautiful Vi ult. So Sejuani's probably looking to fall here unless the TP from our top laner can save him. Ooh, good trade. Zeri is here now though, and Zeri might change this fight. Great flash binding by Psych Out. Is it going to amount anything? Not yet. Carbon doesn't have the ult, so you can't really go for an engage here yet.
Yep.
But
I mean, imagine if he had that ult though. The game, that engage there would have been really thwarted by Carbon's ult.
Just a quick trade by Amazing 9. Yeah, that would have been a great opportunity for him to have that ultimate.
Yeah. Definitely interesting. But Dragon is up in 15 seconds. I don't honestly know. Oh no.
Are they gonna get it?
Oh, Shroud.
I think they might need to give this Drake unless Carbon can come up really big with his ultimate and follow it up with a Misfortune ult. They're fighting in the choke. This isn't a bad spot to be. Lissandra engaging on the back line. Kennen also trading back lines. It looks like they're going to get that trade for now. They're focusing on the knock. Can they get it? They do. They take 2 for 0. Donkey Punch in a really good spot for this fight. I don't know if Zeri's going to be able to clean this one up. Ooh, not if Zeri is CC'd.
Yeah, that was actually really well played by Carbon. I think Carbon actually carried that fight. The stopwatch was so clutch because they were all focused on Carbon, and then he just stopwatches. You know, the rest of Donkey Punch kind of finish off the rest of the team on the backside, and then yep, the fight was pretty much over with Phoenix cease and desisting the Zeri, and yeah, what a turn of events. They do pick up their first dragon of the game. That's gonna help them out a lot. But yeah, this is really like. It's really, really good for Carbon. He's doing an immense amount of work up in the top side. I mean, now that his team has kind of, you know, stopped inting for right now, because he's there. He is the only one currently deathless still on the side of Donkey Punch. He will be able to help out his team a lot with the ultimate. So they really have to play around him. I think that's the goal. Is just wait till Kennen has ultimate. You engage whatever you want. You can int however much you want, and you still win.
Right. Especially like we said earlier, if they get the black shield on the Kennen, there's not much the enemy team can do. Especially because he has a flash up here, so he might find a really good opening and take that flash engage. And Shrimp Gang hasn't responded to it well so far, so we'll see if they can hide out of it and get a good trade for it.
Yep. Keep in mind that Amazing 9 does not have the first mythic item for Wukong yet, so kind of
Shroud Abuser going.
Oh.
Looks like he's backing up.
Yeah, they're doing a dance
War right now.
Yep, Vision War dancing might actually benefit them to take this tower right here. Oh, Tony
We're gonna see what they can get. Doesn't. Just trading waves for now.
Yeah, trading waves. We're just chilling in the mid lane now. It's not even a Nayram. It's just chill ram. I don't know.
Yeah. It looks like both teams want to make something happen, but none of them were quite committed enough to flash in for it. So probably a good idea. Psych
Keep in
out
mind
might be in a
that
bad spot. Nope.
I think he's fine. He's got the black shield. Yeah, he's chilling. But keep in mind that they were dancing around Rift, and it just turned into Baron. So that was kind of, they were like, what do we do after this? We do nothing. We just hang around mid lane, and yeah.
Yeah, not a lot you can do. It might be a little too early for them to go to Baron, even if they have vision control. So
Right.
no real threat there.
And so at this point in the game, Donkey Punch are up 3k, but I still think it's either one's game. They're just really playing. Oh, never mind.
Cleanse comes out. Morgana still has Black Shield, I think. Yes. So Misfortune burns the flash there and cleanse. So that'll be good for the next coming fight. Lysandra might be able to make something happen, but like we said before, the Cannon's the big trading point. Even if you can send in Lysandra to engage on their backline, Cannon's gonna do the same to yours. So
Yeah, definitely. And kind of want to talk about the map here, because we have all but one tier or two tier 1 turrets taken down on the side of Donkey Punch. They've almost got this mid turret. It's so close, but they can't get to it. And you know, they are playing a pick oriented comp, and so it's gonna be hard because these waves are being pushed out against them. It's really up to Phoenix and whoever else is roaming with Phoenix to kind of cover this vision like he's doing now, but he's gonna try to maybe engage here? Cover the ward? Nope, not gonna be able to.
just gonna threaten for the ward.
Yeah, and with that, I mean, with the rotate, I think Zeri backed, but they're gonna lose his tower here. Interesting. Yeah. So now that that mid-tier tower, tier 1 tower is down, they're gonna recover.
Flash R from the Sejuani. Can he lock up the Vi long enough? Ooh, gets the Vi splash out as well.
So it looks like Phoenix really wanted that ward. And I was about to say, like, vision is going to be important for this next dragon coming up already. But it looks like Shrimp Game actually recovered vision, recovered a little bit of map control here. But can they keep it is the question.
He's looking for something. Yeah, I think if they can maintain this control, Cannon's on the top side. He does have TP, but they might have a chance to look for something, especially knowing Vi has no flash. Amazing 9 is committing to this. Kodak with a great follow-up so far. Is he going to be able to do anything before the Yone kills him? Ooh, yes, Kodak, 1 kill. Can he get the second? Ooh, it's the second kill for Shrimp Gang here. Ooh, he's going to flash in with Morgana. Can he get the triple? Oh, very nice. Very well played by Kodak. It engages with his team perfectly. We'd love to see that kind of ADC play.
Yeah, we definitely do. But I think that was kind of a flop on Donkey Punch. I mean, Carbon did take out another tower up there, but like I said earlier, I think Carbon is technically your carry right now, right? You're just waiting for, if there is a fight around an objective, you wait for Carbon to be there, but they were just caught out, mispositioned in Shrimp Gang. Good for them to take advantage of one of their members of Donkey Punch being all the way on the other side of the map. Teleport was up. Could have been a good teleport opportunity from Carbon, but it just did not happen.
Yeah, at least right now there doesn't seem to be much vision set up for a red team for Donkey Punch for. So I don't know if Carbon even had something to teleport to there. It looked like Donkey Punch kind of got caught with their pants down, so to speak, where they were not ready to be engaged on in their own jungle, and they needed to drop a ward for Carbon or back out. It just didn't seem like they were all on the same page.
Yeah, they definitely were, and that's
engage onto Lysandra with locked up with an ultimate. Will the Yone be able to get it? Nice. Vi confirms the kill. It looks like Kenan tries to get over the wall, has to flash. Nice. 1 kill onto the Nami. I don't know if they're in a good spot though. Kodak is here. Kodak is very, very ahead. He takes down the Vi, and Wukong's just continuing to CC this Kenan. Can he finish him off? Ooh, Kenan's death is certified now.
Wow.
Will they chase this further? Morgana's getting slowed and Kodak's coming in. Ooh, great dodge on the binding there. Will Knock be able to finish off this Morgana though? It's possible if he keeps chasing, but it's it might be a little bit of a chase.
Oh no.
It looks like Knock could get punished for this, but I don't think either of them have enough lockdown to really confirm the kill there. But yeah, a lot of good trades in the mid for that.
Yeah, good trades. I think that you know, Shrimp Gang have been kind of behind on the gold, but and they're still not ahead on gold, even with all that they just gained. Um, but they're inching it further and further, and this Zeri is becoming more and more powerful. So it seems like Donkey Punch, they need to just be a little bit more coordinated when it comes to what they want to do, because now it's like you're getting caught out in the opposite side of the jungle. You know, you're saying we don't really want to play with Carbon. I'm not really sure what the communication is, but like you said earlier, they don't have it right now.
Hmm. Yeah, I think they've been doing a little bit of a good job to try to clear out vision and walk together, but they haven't quite gotten the fix though. But they're looking for another one now. A lot of CC onto Wukong, hasn't paid off much yet. Sandra ults, gets exhausted. Follow up Misfortune off. Phoenix in the back line there dies, and it doesn't look like they're going to be in a good spot now. They are on the run. Donkey Punch not in a great spot. Kodak shows up once more to clean things up. Is he gonna die for it? No.
Wow.
So it looks like this will be a free Baron.
This is going to be pretty free. I don't think Psych Out has the means to steal it away. I could be definitely wrong. Hawk does have the smite up, so I'd be pretty surprised if it came through.
I'm a believer in the miss smite here. I think Psych Out can win these.
Not with the Kodak.
Unless Kodak just takes his life real quick.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that was definitely an interesting team fight, because Carbon didn't actually pull the Storm out for a long time in that fight. They were kind of like, I don't know, like really what exactly the communication was that he was holding it for a little bit too long there, and then you know, by then several of the members on his team kind of just were wiped out. So I don't know what's going on with Donkey Punch. They had a really good early lead, and now the gold is now over to Shrimp Gang finally after this Baron has been taken. You know, they just have to keep playing as 5. It looks like that is working for Shrimp Gang. You like to see it. You like to see the peel, the CC coming out. You know, this Zeri being a huge menace. Already has the Ravenous Hydra, the Runons, and the Trinity Force. It's gonna be hard to get through.
Psycho's getting engaged on, has to flash out. Knock. Throwing in the ultimate. Very quick kill onto the Yone after that ultimate comes in. Oh, they're gonna look for a little bit more here. Probably just gonna push in the turrets. And again, we have Carbon, notice, on the top side. He's trying to trade turrets. Like, maybe he's gonna go for hit, but he's gonna lose a lot while he does that.
Yeah,
including their Morgana.
Oh man. I mean, I respect the split pushing decision that's going on right now and has been going on for Donkey Punch, but like, it's so hard to split push when, you know, even though that Amazing 9 hasn't been doing entirely too well, it's still a man to contest, especially with Baron as well. So like, they're losing a lot more from having Carbon top than they're gaining.
Yeah.
You know, it is good to pull away the Amazing 9 from whatever team fight, but they already can't win these team fights, and they're not able to pick out anyone because they're just getting swamped in vision control across the map. So it's really hard for them to kind of coordinate, hey, are we taking this? What is the angle on this team fight? And can we actually just fight them 5v5? Can we actually do it? I think they can. But there's a lot they need to do to kind of prep for it, right? They need a good engage from Carbon. They need a good follow-up from Yone and Phoenix on the back line. They need the good Misfortune ult. You know, Psych Out being in the middle of them as well, throwing out the Black Shield and stunning everyone. They need the setup, and I think that's they're not playing to that strength right now, it seems. And Baron empowered minions, Baron empowered team on Shrimp Gang are just gonna roll as 4 and 5. So it's gonna be hard to engage on this.
Yeah, especially without any real source of damage with the Yone in the mid and Misfortune bot. They're gonna give up a lot. I mean, they will get 1 bounty on the mid turret, and maybe if Misfortune keeps pushing, she gets 1 more. But they're gonna lose probably an inhib at least for this play. So I don't know if that was really worth not defending for. Ken's
Oh,
going in with an engage. He doesn't have any team members with him. Gets good stuns, not really any damage. Ooh, Misfortune all coming in. Amazing 9's very low, doesn't quite fall. The buy does, however, fall. Yoni goes in very deep, doesn't get much, and it looks like Kodak's gonna go in for some cleanup. Gets the Misfortune very easily, flashes in for Shroud Abuser. Shroud Abuser in a questionable spot. Ooh, Zeri cleanup. Another triple this game. Kodak really showing what the Zeri can do when you get your ultimate up and you get speedy.
yeah, 13-1. Might even be 14 here. Yep, gonna be 14, and this is gonna be the team gap ace in game 1, actually going over to Shrimp Gang. What a well played game that was.
They yeah, Shrimp Gang really living up to the org's name. I saw quite the team gap there. So
That is true. You know, and what a good performance, right? Because we saw that Donkey Punch really had the early aggression, was coming out with the ganks on the top side. Carbon got ahead majorly, but they couldn't transition that to he couldn't transition that to the rest of the team, and then the rest of the team kind of just didn't have the coordination to pull it together, make sure they're on the same page, like you were saying, and it's just kind of sad to see. But you know, they still have 2 games to kind of make that up and kind of fix things. Mental reset. That's what we're all about here over on Team Gap. So hopefully they do that. But that was a really good showing from Shrimp Gang. I really liked their comp, but I thought Doggy Punch really had the aggression, and we're gonna take it, you know, to the next game. But they just fell flat right as soon as they got up. So Donkey Punch couldn't pull out the punches this time around, but we still have 2 games possibly. So we'll have to see how both of these teams do. We're going to go to a short break, but when we are back, it's going to be Donkey Punch versus Shrimp Gang, and Shrimp Gang is going to lead us 1-0. We'll be right back. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the draft for Game 2 of Shrimp Gang versus Donkey Punch. Donkey Punch has elected to take blue side this time, seeing if there might be some sort of change. Shrimp Gang was blue side at first, so they're going to take a stab at it themselves, realizing that the pick comp didn't really work out quite the way they wanted to. But yeah, we will be
I'm curious.
in draft. Oh, go ahead.
Curious how they will swap that up for this draft. I mean, I like the idea, but I think once they were behind a little bit and didn't have that vision, it was a lot more rough to go for those picks. So hopefully they'll be able to get on the same page or change something about their draft or their comp and see what they can come up with.
Yeah, and I mean, going back to like previous drafts, I feel like they've kind of, they love to test things out on the side of Donkey Punch. So that was definitely something we saw here in the first game of today. Wondering if they might go to something traditional now that they have the feel of Shrimp Gang, right? Because I think
Right.
that's another thing about these single round robins and best of threes is that you have chances to try things out. And I don't know if they scrimmed it against each other before, but if they didn't, then the first game they're gonna take it easy. They're not gonna. It's okay. Sometimes that is a strat to just take it easy for the first game, mental reset for the next. I mean, if you didn't win the first game, that doesn't mean you can't lose the entire series. And I think if you are able to take a game off of Shrimp Gang, who is right below you in the standings, I think you're allowed to take a little bit of a leeway there, right? So, but getting into game 2 bans, it's looking pretty standard, pretty much almost the same stuff from the previous game so far.
Yeah, like you said before, they got the respectful picks, the Akali from Shrimp Gang and the Nocturne from Donkey Punch, banning out those key champions. And Donkey Punch actually is going to be the one to lock Zeri in first this time. They hoping to put on a show for Kodak, I guess.
Yeah, that is also a strat that we've seen quite often, and it doesn't always work out. I will say that just because you take away a certain champion doesn't mean that you are able to operate it to the same extent as the opposing player just did. There are so many factors that as we all know, that go into League of Legends. It's relatively hard to say. I gotta see what that ban was. What was the ban? Or pick? As I was saying, it was relatively hard to kind of mimic the play, like the certain play style that all of the players have. But it is somewhat of a good strat to just take away something that they might go back to. And it looks like Kodak has disconnected, so that is not a good sign. We will pause the draft, bring it back to the couch real quick, and maybe we might have to restart the draft. We'll do the same bands though, so let me just get that set up real quick. Yeah, let me go ahead and send them a new draft link, and we'll get that started. But yeah, Zeri pick. Tell me about that, because I feel like I truly, really don't understand Zeri all that much. I feel like Zeri is like a hit or miss champion at this point. Correct me if I'm wrong though, because I've seen some very bad Zeris, good Zeris, all over the place. So walk me through what your thoughts on Zeri specifically as a champion and what she wants to do.
Oh yeah, happily. So Zeri is a champion. It's tough, firstly, Zeri as a champion because she's a little different from other ADCs. Right, her Q has the functional auto attack, but she also has the ability to charge up and do some extra damage. So she's a bit of an odd ADC, and I think a lot of people haven't really picked up on that yet. Well, maybe that's incorrect. A lot of people haven't gotten good at it yet. Would be the correct way to put it. Um,
Okay.
I do feel like until she gets her ultimate, she needs a little bit of support just so that she can actually make stuff happen. But Zeri does a lot of just waiting until she gets a really good chance to engage and do some nice burst damage, and then very kite in and out. That's what Zeri
Okay.
really wants to be able to do.
Okay. And so you say burst damage, but I want to go back to that because is it really burst damage that Zeri is attuned to? Because I feel like I see a lot of chip damage. It's not even necessarily like something not like a damage over. I mean, technically, I guess you could consider it damage over time, but I mean, I guess that's the way she takes down tanks as well. Because I feel like when you say burst damage, I'm thinking like, well, wouldn't she do no damage to like Malphite or something like that?
Yeah, burst might not have been the most appropriate term for it. I'm thinking specifically in circumstances where she looks for an E over the wall, or with a big old laser over the wall, and then jump in and go for a burst on a squishy from there. But you're right that she's much more chip damage or much more consistent ADC type damage than
Okay.
um. She plays around a lot around her kiting, so you are
Yeah,
right. The
she
burst damage is not the correct term for that.
she definitely has the ins and outs, right? With the wall movement and the the small little dash that she has, and chip damage is definitely like her core play style. But in specifically towards the bot lane, what are the best types of supports in your opinion for Zeri?
Oh, that's a good question. I think I've seen a lot of decent enchanter combos. Either enchanter or something else that has some damage with it. That can kind of help Zeri through the early game a little bit, but um, like I said, early game, a lot of Zeri is just survive, and if your support can set something up, then that's good. But she doesn't have as much punish as other ADCs have. For example, if you run Lux and Caitlyn, that's a much more your Lux sets something up, and then Caitlyn punishes that, or same thing with like Leona engages, etc. But Zeri doesn't capitalize on that as well. So having an
Right.
enchanter that can kind of keep her up and keep her in the fight for as long as possible is really good, especially something like Nami or Morgana that have tools that let her just get in there whenever they need to for quick movement speed or ability to get out as well with the black shield.
Okay, that is fair. And I mean, like we saw in the previous game, Shrimp Gang had a full team of tanks and the Nami, which is going to be picked away this time. Even though
Right.
Donkey Punch took away the Zeri, Shrimp Gang was like, we'll keep the Nami though. We'll keep the Nami and just run Jinx. That is quite okay, and they're going to run back the Sejuani once again. I think I like that, setting up for pretty much the same composition they had before. They want to let Jinx scale, and I mean, we'll see if Zeri works out this time around for the side of Donkey Punch instead. I feel like it's really like I feel like if she gets behind, it's hard to come back. Correct me if I'm wrong, but most of the time when I see a Zeri fall behind, she kind of her chip damage doesn't do a whole lot the later you get into the game.
No, I think you're you're right about that.
Okay.
Usually Zeri does a lot of waiting to look for an opportunity and jump over a wall or something. It can be really difficult to get back into the game as Zeri, but you just have to hope for one of those opportunities for things to break out, and then you jump in, and hopefully that's how you get back in. But otherwise, if you're outranged by Jinx, for example, and she has more damage as well, you're just not in the game. So
That is fair. And as we get into the second round of picks, it looks like Doggy Punch is going to target Lissandra. Um, once the and there's the Wook. They're just playing the exact same comp. Now the Lissandra ban is gonna make them change up their mid laner, obviously. So what really only changed was the Jinx and the mid laner as Donkey Punch locks in their last picks. I feel like a lot of the champions that Donkey Punch are picking are kind of not in reaction to what Shrimp Gang is picking, right? Or maybe I'm
Right.
wrong because I mean, we're just looking at hovers here, but uh, and Shrimp Gang are just kind of trying to play the same thing. They know that their strengths lie in what they want to do with these comps. But the Kennen locked in again is gonna tell me that like, hey, they're going for comfort once again as well. And
The
did we just see a Twitch
the
locked
I
in?
think we did. I don't think that's a bug. It seems like they're running the Twitch. Um, I'm presuming that's either a Twitch
Okay.
mid or a Twitch top, and they'd flex Kennen to mid. But
Hmm.
that'll be an interesting one. Uh,
This is definitely gonna be interesting as the
Again, Donkey
last.
Punch looking for that
Oh
cheese, I
man.
think.
Oh man. Uh
Ooh,
this is interesting. They're really trying stuff. They're really trying stuff here. Um and I like to see it. You know, I like the diversity that we get in these games. But yeah, this is a little bit out of the ordinary, and it makes me hard. It makes it hard to for me to put in prediction points because I don't.
right.
I feel like Shrimp Gang might have it again. Uh, I don't know. It might be Zeri mid too. I see that some people are saying that in the chat. Uh, I don't know.
Yeah, it's an option.
What do you?
I mean, I
Well, what do
suppose
you
we'll see.
think?
I mean, again, I think Shrimp Gang's comp overall is much better. Even if you just
Okay.
look at the Jinx, like the only way they get onto the Jinx is either with Rammus or Kennen, and they have to have follow up to that. So, like I said, they gotta have to either play to get ahead or play for some cheese here with the Twitch. You know, maybe looking for off angles, whatever else. Maybe looking for early roams. But yeah, late mid to late game, it's going to be really rough playing into all those ultimates. The Nami, the Sejuani, Wukong, Diana. That's a whole lot of CC and a whole lot of AoE CC mostly. So
Okay. Well, I mean, this is going to be another interesting match, honestly, as we get into the client picks here. Prediction parts are live, so if you think that Donkey Punch have a spicy comp, go ahead and vote for them. If you're wanting the comfort and the same, pretty much the same comp from last game, or last game from Shrimp Gang, go ahead and pick them. I honestly, it's really interesting because we haven't seen Renata played for Donkey Punch before. She's relatively new champion. Uh, in alongside the Zeri, I think those two actually have a pretty good synergy coming out for them, but
yeah, I'd agree.
to a degree, and I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna work or not. So it makes me think that Trip Gang, they're just going for comfort. They're going for the straight 2-0. But I have faith that Doggy Bunch might be able to at least pull out one game away from Shrimp Gang, but who knows? I mean, this might be the underdog 2-0 that was, prevalent in previous seasons. Shrimp Gang climbing and climbing and climbing again. So, yeah, I would put in your predictions now as
Yeah.
it is going to be locked in. We're going to go to short break, but before we
All
go
right.
to that, who are you? Which lane are you looking at for this game? Because we looked at a lot at bot lane last game.
Truthfully, I think the Donkey Punch's way to win this is by camping bot lane here, but
Okay.
I anticipate mid lane's going to be a little aggressive with the Diana versus Zeri. I don't know who's going to pull out, come out on top, but
Yeah.
uh, yeah, mid will be an interesting one, but hopefully Donkey Punch plays for the bot lane, or else I don't know what spot they'll be into to win this game.
Yeah, and I mean, Shroud, bless his heart, we saw him on with a lot of Yone stuff and Yone shenanigans. He did pretty well during the early game, but now we see him on Zeri. I think that's definitely going to be a lane to look out for. I don't know because I know that Zeri has been played mid lane for in professional levels of play. So I'm curious as to see what's going to happen with Diana and Zeri. I would assume that the range advantage is going to be pretty devastating for Diana early on, but once she gets to level 6 and kind of coordinates, we've seen the coordination from Tony and Nock, to try to counter gank and kind of help each other out during the scuttle skirmishes and things like that from the previous game. So we'll see. I think that is the lane that I'm gonna also go towards, even though I do agree with you that bot lane should be the lane because they want to shut this Jinx down, right? They have a Rammus, and Rammus is really good when you don't have a dash to get away from him. So other than Flash,
Right.
so yeah, I definitely agree. But as I said a little bit ago, we're gonna go do a short break. But once we're back, we're gonna have game 2 of Shrimp Gang versus Donkey Punch, and Shrimp Gang are up 1-0 in the standings or in the series. Be right back. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Game 2 of Shrimp Gang versus Donkey Punch. It looks like Shrimp Gang are going to immediately go for the invade here.
Yeah, I like this a lot. Twitch spots it out, though.
Yeah, well, it was close.
It was a nice try. I mean, they
It
still
was a nice try.
have the opportunity to try some more, but frankly, I think I would have really liked to see the invade come in from Donkey Punch. They have the Renata, and she's honestly not bad for catching one early.
That's true. Paired with, like, you know, the taunt from Ramus, I mean, wouldn't be too bad. But, you know, I think that a lot of strategies that come with invading involve making sure that it's got to catch them out, right? It's got to be a surprise, which both of these teams really understand that, I think. So the respect is there. The Twitch, you know, immediately he saw and he backed up, put a ward, and that was it. So very nice to see. We do have some interesting summoner spells here. Two clones did take exhaust, and Shroud Abuser did take exhaust as well. So there's two exhausts. I think that's fair, considering that Tony wants to get in the thick of things and try to take out Shroud as much as he can, or even two clones. But it's gonna give up the right lane dominance, right? Like, you don't have that heal. But Kodak at the same time also doesn't have heal, so it makes it pretty interesting.
Yeah, I actually really like the cleanse from Kodak. Cannon being the biggest problem he's probably going to have to face later, so cleanse will help with that tremendously.
Okay. Yeah, that is
We're
true.
seeing a little bit of trading in the bot lane, but nothing yet. Looks like Donkey Punch gonna hit 2 first, but are they gonna make something happen? And we're seeing the same Wukong abuse in the top lane as we saw before, but you know, Amazing 9 picked the Wukong into this Kinnan, so he knew what he's in for. It seems like he's got the mental for it, so playing for the team.
Playing for the team. I really like that from you know, Shrimp Gang, making sure that everybody's on the same page, right? Even though you lose lane, your team wins the game. So might be looking for that again. But
Ramus gank. Ooh, already gets the flash out of Tony. Not bad at all.
Yeah, looks like everybody's inching towards the bottom side here.
Gang coming in, exhaust, Nami bubble. Knock still walking forward. He does still have his flash up, but they're not gonna force this anymore. Ooh, Ramus coming in though. Ramus going hard. Is he going to get knock falls to the Twitch poison. Great counter gank by the Ramus there. Oh, and a flash in the top lane. Amazing 9 looks like he's also going to fall. So great start for Donkey Punch. And 2 clones, 1 box. And once more, hits the exhaust. Ramus is there to follow it up. Kodak is out of summoners. Is the Ramus going to commit? Ooh, not quite going to make it. And ooh, Psych Out looked for the flash Q onto the Nami as well, and it just did not pan out. But, you know, not bad. Bot lane has gotten a nice little lead off of that, and top got a solo kill as well, so really looking pretty good. This is exactly what I wanted to see. Yeah,
2 clones. I don't know if he didn't have Expunge. I mean, that was definitely one auto attack away, and I feel like Phoenix had the turret aggro, right? And you could have taken, because he was right there for the auto, but he backed out at the very last second. But, you know, still, you know, this was the same kind of lead that we saw for Donkey Punch in the early stages of last game. It didn't pan out too well afterwards, but this is a good start, at least, for Donkey Punch. I feel like getting a kill onto Carbon and a kill onto 2 clones is what you want to see. Make sure they're going to scale rapidly as we get into the later stages of the game. But hopefully they kind of fix their issues that they had from the first game, because you know, the mental reset is definitely gonna come out strong here, and coordination definitely needs to be on point now that they know, like, oh, Shrimp Gang are actually pretty well coordinated, being the 3rd spot.
They've like I said, I really like that they already feel much more coordinated than the previous game, going in with that bot lane play, so I'm very happy to see that, and I hope to see a little bit more.
Definitely. And two clones really liking to come in with that ambush. You know, you have to use it while you have the red and blue buff that just ran out. Have to punish this Jinx. I mean, the Kodak is farming pretty well despite being killed down. So it looks like
Once again,
junglers are both on that bottom side of the map. Holy
yeah.
moly. We really
Rammus
like bot lane, I guess.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Rammus is probably not gonna have time to respond to this. Oh, maybe he'll get there in time. Nice CC onto the Twitch. Kodak probably gonna pick this kill up, but the Renata passive might save. No, does not quite. Really good, really well played by Knock 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 there as well, just to, and Magic Man especially for hitting the bubble. Great gank, and Rammus was just a little poor on the timing, unfortunately. He went to go check for his Krugs and it didn't work out, but yeah, really well done. Good trade on that, back onto that Twitch.
I think that it's impressive that Knock Knock is kind of I don't know if it's necessarily like outpacing Lil Phoenix right now, but definitely the timing of that was crucial, right? I mean, like you said, Phoenix just left, and sometimes it pays off to just wait a little bit. You don't see the enemy jungler on the map. He could be anywhere, right? And knowing that how Knock played in the last game, you kind of have to expect that you know, bottom side of the map is going to be the focus once again for both of these teams, like you said.
Right, and that's I mean, that's going to be what wins the game here. You know, either the Jinx with infinite range later in the game, just poking away, or the Twitch being able to find good angles, and who knows, maybe being a nice Renata off, but
yeah, definitely that's something to think about. It looks like not Shrimp Game, excuse me, Donkey Punch are positioning for the dragon. They're not gonna start it up. They're gonna take the rift or the scuttle crab and just leave. I definitely think having that gold in the pocket of Kodak is going to be extremely important as the game goes on. And I'm not really sure if two clones will be able to pull ahead. I mean, both of these characters, when fed, can do a devastating amount of damage. And it looks like, I mean, this is just a repeat of last game, right? Like, we saw the bottom lane get ahead, and then somehow, you know, the Kodak and Magic just came back and completely demolished the side of Donkey Punch.
And their flaps going to dragon, yeah. Looks like Diana's setting up for an angle. Tony could come in with the big ult here. Knock 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 going in. Is he going to commit? Really big Diana ult. He gets exhausted though, unfortunately. Onto Tony. Ooh, beautiful Sedge ult onto the flashing Twitch. Twitch exhausted. It looks like Twitch is going to fall here. And Knock 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 setting something up beautifully. Shroud Abuser, does he have the jump? He does have the jump over the wall. So, not going to be one more yet unless Knock 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 can solo this. Can he 1v2? Ooh, 1v3 actually. And he flash taunted by the Rammus there. So, but we do have some action in the top lane. Looks like a trade of ultimates. Amazing 9 getting some good damage. He might be able to finish this. Gets stunned. Ooh, beautiful flash by Carbon. Really well played. Flashed into the bush. One auto away from death. And once again, we have a little more action in the mid lane. Tony can't quite get in range for the dash.
Oh, this is so dangerous for Shroud to be there, right? Tony can instantly dash and burst him down with the QEQ or QEW combo here, but it looks like Phoenix.
Rammus coming behind. Rammus misses his ult. Does not miss his point and click taunt. Shroud still respecting the Diana, but the respect pays off by one auto.
Oh my god, that looks so weird on my screen. Like the interaction between Shroud being on the wall, Tony being on the wall. We didn't even see if Tony
Oh, Jinx Rocket, Kodak. Oh, you love to see it. Kodak once again putting on a bit of a performance already. So I'm happy to see him on a new pick and still doing great. So well done to him on that rocket from downtown.
Yeah. I was about to say, like, we didn't get to see the auto attack even try to go through for Tony, but I mean, Kodak, hey, just picks it up easy peasy. You have to always respect the Jinx when it comes to your positioning.
Actually, the top lane looks like Rammus got the smite on the crab, and they're possibly gonna get Sejuani's left. Nope, they disengage, but This Jinx is getting scary in the bot lane, so they're gonna have to
Yeah.
have some sort of response to this.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
we talked about bot focus, right? And
right?
I think that it hasn't really been too much bot focus yet, but um, you know, because we did have kind of a mid lane fight there, and the junglers have only been there once as they resume
Okay.
their jungle pathing.
Speaking of bot focus, it looks
Uh-oh.
like we're gonna get a Nami ult into the Diana follow-up. Oh, great bubble on the invisible Twitch. He's not gonna be saved by the Renata W. Renata ult, getting a little bit of damage out of the Jinx. Not gonna do too much though, so.
Wow. Okay. Well, Tony with the respectable gank.
Yeah, and he
Unfortunately,
walked right over a control ward and they just did not
yeah,
react in time, unfortunately.
yeah, definitely a misstep on the side of Donkey Punch. They are still ahead in terms of gold, not by much. So we'll have to see how this goes. But yeah, Kodak picking up 3 kills is definitely not looking good for the side of Donkey Punch, because once they have the late game team fights, Kodak is going to be so much useful during those, and so much more useful than 2 clones as of right now.
Right. Two clones is gonna be struggling with this because there's not really anyone he can execute, except for maybe the Nami or potentially the Jinx. But you know, if she has cleanse up, he's not gonna be able to exhaust, and he's just gonna lose that. So, yeah,
Yeah.
it's a rough spot to be in if you're Twitch right now. Maybe the Zarya will be able to pull through though, and we'll have to see.
Yeah, I mean, Shroud being 2 kills, 1 death,
Ooh,
not too
looking
bad.
for a gank here, but this is already counter ganked, and gonna hit the slow. Nothing else though.
Well, at least Phoenix was able to dodge out on that one. Kind of being the spotter here. Oh,
Looking
okay.
for 3v2, but will they be able? Ram assault in, but traded for Sejuani ult. Twitch auto attack range, beautiful, and Zeri pops the ult just for good luck. She just, you know, really wanted that shiny explosion. So, you know, Shroud abuser might have some VOD review to do on pressing his R key, but you know, can't really say. It's just at the end of the day, they got the kill, so good on him.
That's fair. You know, and despite Zeri being strong, like, I still don't know. There's a whole long paragraph on Zeri's ultimate. I know kind of what it does. I know that it boosts her, you know, attack speed and things like that. But using it like that, I mean, a little bit. You'd expect it to be at least a little bit understandable for Shroud, but they are gonna pop this rift at least to get a. Yeah, they're gonna prep for the dragon per se.
Great Renata Q. Ooh, forces the Nami flash out. Really well played by Psych out there. Also, I like this rift, but everyone's rotating down, so this is going to be a 5v5. Phoenix is really going in here to commit, but ooh, Wukong with a great 5-man, followed up by Diana. Carbon, they're looking to trade it out. Carbon plus Renata ult. Will they get the kills on the end of this? Diana has fallen. Carbon looking to still get more, and Phoenix on the Wukong. Is he going to be able to do it? Oh, the most intense one. Oh, Amazing 9 does not kill himself on that, but Kodak is going crazy. It might have bitten off a little more than he can chew, though. Ooh, he gets the ult. Does kill Psych out there, even though the Renata passive keeps him a little longer. I like that aggression by Kodak, but in the end, the trades are going to go in favor of the Shrimp Gang here, so really not what you wanted to see, but Carbon looked pretty good there in that fight, at least.
Yeah, definitely looking good for No on this cannon once again. He's getting leads for himself, but it's so tragic that he's not able to kind of transition that to kills for the team. As Amazing 9 might be caught out.
Looking for it. He gets the stun. Diana's here though. Is he gonna? You know? Oh, Diana flash. Ooh, really good flash reaction, but unfortunately, there's a Sejuani sitting right behind him, and ooh, really don't like to see that gold going over to Tony. That does not bode well for Donkey Punch here.
I feel like I'm caster cursing these people. I have no idea what's going on. Don't mind me. I'm just casually caster cursing. Carbo is doing good, and then he gets caught out. You know, it just happens. It's not my fault. It's okay. But yeah, regardless, you know, gold is dead even once again. This is just really a repeat from last game. This really is. I mean, mistakes made on both sides. you know, and Kodak getting more and more fed, even though he did dive a little bit too far in that last team fight.
I'm pretty
Definitely
sure
interesting.
Rammus Phoenix there knows that ward is there, and or at least forgot about it because he was just sitting in the bush speeding up. But
Yeah.
Diana was well aware.
Diana was well aware. Speaking of, Diana does have a bounty on her head from the 2 kills that Tony got in that skirmish. For Dragon, they did pick up a Cloud. It is going to be a Mountain Soul. I feel like this is going to be good for either side here, as definitely have tanky members on both sides. You know, the tanks meet up again here in the bot side. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this is flashed you by the Renata, not knowing the Sejuani was there. Immediately gets ulted one. Oh, but great Renata ult, and she gets the revive because of the W. Beautiful Renata play there. They will not be able to pull anything else out of this hat here, but well played by Admiral Glask. So.
Yeah, definitely a very well-timed Renata ultimate and passive to keep herself alive. They pick up the kill. That's one more. Probably not on the best person. I mean, you would like that shutdown on Jinx, but you'll take what you can get if you're the bot side of Donkey Punch, excuse me, for right now.
Yeah, can't complain about that kind of trade.
But yeah, we're gonna kind of see. We're getting into the mid game now. I feel like we're gonna see the exact same stuff happening during this mid game. You know, Diana is getting stronger and stronger. Shrouder Bruiser doesn't have Mythic yet, which I mean, being about 30 CS up, should be able to go back and get it by now. Has most of the parts completed. Yep, it does look like he is going to do that. And I think we can start to see a lot of damage coming through from the 80 carries on the side of Donkey Punch. If they work together, this could be it. And we did see a very good roam coming out from 2 clones into the mid lane to try to help him out. But yeah, the lanes are kind of, you know, almost dead even for the most part.
We're looking for some cheese. Ooh, and another great Nami ult. It could be countered by the Q from Psych Out. Jinx is holding W. She's looking for something and she can't really get anything. All right. Well, it gets a decent trade though, all things considered.
Definitely. And I mean, this is a complete 180 from the aggression we saw earlier from Psych Out and 2 clones, right? They're getting pressured on the tower, and the tower is almost gone. So definitely looking at, I mean, look at this. We're seeing the junglers kind of inch towards the bottom side of the map. I know Dragon is coming up. We might see the exact same thing happen as a ward is looking like it's being contested. Yep.
Truthfully, I think I'd like to see some resets going right now, but
yeah,
I don't know. It seems like both teams are electing to stay around. Bot lane's gonna start their back, but it's gonna get canceled by Twitch here. Rammus is coming in to follow it up. Ooh, really decent ult by Rammus. Unfortunately, Gale forced away. It looks like Magic Man's gonna get caught by the taunt though. Psych Out hits the Q on the already taunted target. They get the kill, but Wukong's gonna TP down. Looks like they're just gonna kite this out. Kennen teleported as well. Is he gonna commit to this? Oh, he is committing. He forces the flash out of Amazing 9. Can't really complain about that one, but Carbon's in a bad spot here. Knock, 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 and Tony V on him. Ooh, buys a little bit of time, but Zeri is here now, and Renata ult coming in. Beautiful Renata ult. Hits 3-man, doesn't hit Jinx. Jinx flash cleanses away, but the core of the fight, 2 down. Can we get a third? It looks like they're going to get all 3. Beautiful stuff there. Again, I really want to highlight Psych Out here. He's beautiful Renata ult that forced all 3 of them into one nice spot for the Zeri to just, and the Twitch even, to pump damage in, so.
Oh, no! Oh my gosh.
Alright, well played, well played. Can we get a 15?
Yikers. Sure, they won the team fight, but the dragon was taken. I think that's fine. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, like you're saying, Donkey Punch were getting kills, and I think that was crucial, right? Forcing Kodak to be separated from the rest of the team was probably the best thing that happened in that fight. And Psych Out doing, like you said, incredible work on the Renata ultimate. They really actually just started Baron.
They were just testing the waters, poking it.
The waters. But yeah, good stuff from Psych Out. You know, we see that the score line coming through, and you'd think that Kodak and Magic Man are pretty much dominating, but that fight alone like set up so much for the side of Donkey Punch. I feel like
Yeah.
now they're on par with what they want to do in these fights. We'll see if that continues, as we do have a couple of bounties going over to the bottom side of Donkey Punch right now. They did switch lanes. Looks like we might have another
They're halfway
skirmish
through
coming
a
up.
lane switch.
Yeah.
Struggling to find which lane they want to be in. Ooh, Renata caught out here. She has the revive though if her team can get kills. They don't even kill her once though. Namiel coming in. Tony B has to flash out. Ooh, Berserk. Knock, knock, knock going down. Rammus is going to keep going though. We know he has no flash. Nice. Beautiful. Ooh, one more Jinx Rocket. Finishes off the Rammus though. Honestly, not bad though. 2 for 1. You trade jungler and mid for jungler. So, not bad. And they... Donkey Punch might be able to look for a little more. We'll see.
Yep.
It looks like they'll probably just take the wave, but no objectives up, fortunately. But we'll see what they can get.
Yep, towers are objectives, good sir, and they currently have the man advantage on this tower. Shroud Abuser kind of trying to pressure out as Switch gets the tower. Psych Out is landing these, you know, I feel like the wave clear from Jinx is definitely going to push that back. But Psych Out doing a pretty good job of landing these abilities, especially the ultimates, is going to really change these fights. I think paired with Carbon, they could really 5v5 fight now, which is what we were missing from the previous game, right? We saw them not really take the 5v5. It was always like a 4v5 and somebody got caught out. But they're doing a good job securing vision now, especially with the 280 carries on the team. Pretty well rounded so far. You know, Zeri picking up the Runons, working on that Ravenous Hydra. Twitch with the Kraken already, probably going for Runons as well, if not like Phantom Dancer, what have you. So definitely a good look from Donkey Punch. I still think that Shrimp Gang might be able to kind of just wombo win fights. They haven't. It surprises me because they haven't been able to do that quite yet. Because, you know, Shroud gets away. 2 Clones is at another location in these fights, tearing them apart. Right? We saw the engage onto Psych Out. Psych Out gets, you know, Renata as a champion, pretty tanky, and is able to get away from that. And then Shroud backs up, repositions, and starts firing. Same with 2 Clones. So that was a really well-played fight coming from them. Let's see if they can do it again, as looks like they're just fighting for vision.
Yeah, good Renata CC. Oh, Tony B goes in, gets exhausted immediately. Rammus looking to trade it. Jinx Rocket comes in. 2 Clones is one shot, does not die though. Ooh, really, really well played for Donkey Punch. Carbon's here to help with this team fight. Looks like Rammus is going to look for a little bit more, not quite going to get it. But man, that fight was absolutely not on Shrimp Gang's terms.
Yeah, definitely not. The rocket was close, but Renata, I feel like, is a lot stronger than she seems. I don't know if it's just me, but you know, every time I see Renata, it's like, it doesn't matter if you don't do well, you still have so many tools to keep your team alive, keep your team in the game, and reverse these fights just like that. Because we saw the engage onto 2 Clones, but Tony just doesn't have the damage yet, or Renata.
Right.
So.
It's surprising. I mean, Renata is an enchanter, really, but she's been doing, like you said, doing a great job keeping her team alive. She opted for the Locket build, and it looks like she's getting the Anathema's Chains, so I'm curious who that'll go on, but that might hop onto the Jinx, and then when she berserks the Jinx, Jinx is going to be slapping her team around for a while, so that might be the play. Dragon's getting started up here.
Yeah, this might be a major fight coming along. Fighting for vision again. We like to see that.
Yeah.
Definitely a lot of wards on
They
this.
do see where the Twitch was, so they get a little bit of vision there. Gonna engage with a 9's clone. Looks like they're just gonna concede this dragon, maybe go for a Jinx rocket, but that's about all they can do. They do have the vision on it, and Jinx doesn't even bother tossing the rocket out for that one.
Yeah, sometimes it's better to save it for the crucial team fights because they're losing those right now. And Baron is still in the hands of Donkey Punch for a little bit longer now, so we'll have to see if Shrimp Gang can kind of withhold. I don't really know what Donkey Punch aim to do with the Baron. They could push out bot and top at the same time. Looks like that is going to be the case. A little bit of members lingering around the jungle area. Phoenix kind of counter jungling as well as Shroud. But they really need to get use of this Baron as long as they have it, or as much as they can without dying.
Right, and I mean, it looks like Shrimp Gang wants to make something happen here in the mid. They saw both of the bot laners there, but they couldn't quite force it, so they're just going to have to concede that their waves are going to get pushed in, and they're going to have to lose some, like you said, lose a little bit to this Baron. And oop, Shroud Abuser, knock, taking a very quick trade, but ooh, Rammus is coming in quickly. Can they get the kill on knock? Shroud Abuser is slapping the turret. I think his eyes are a little mixed up because he doesn't see that the Sedge was CC'd, but,
Maybe
can't blame him, he got some turret damage.
Maybe they are just going for the turret. I think that was their plan. Phoenix is so tanky. Already has so many armor items. He shrugged off like 3 tower shots right there. So we're really just going for the turret. Maybe that was the communication.
Yeah, I mean, in the end they got it. And they're getting more. Will they have the dash out? No dash out. Really well done by Tony there. Finds the opening, hits the alt ignite, and Zeri gets shredded.
Yeah,
Zeri
a little bit
more like 0.
I think, yeah, a little bit of a misplay from Shroud there. Kind of didn't want to go up to Tony. If there's no Renata around, I think Tony has a good chance of killing you with the burst damage from Shadow Flame and Rocket Belt. So definitely don't want to be just walking up randomly. So they did lose a couple turrets on the side of Shrimp Gang. They are about 8k gold behind now, but the fights are still to come, right? We still have to yet to see Kodak kind of pop off like we have seen in the previous game and somewhat sort of in this game. He is got a large CS lead on 2 clones. Just gonna continue to grow, I think, that in the side of scaling and making sure they're tanky enough to peel for Jinx as much as possible. But on the other side, I think the damage keeps growing from the side of Donkey Punch. I mean, they have 2 80 carries, and to only have 1 tanky, well, not even like 1.5 tanky members on the side of Shrimp Gang, it's gonna be a piece of cake to take out, whoever engages, right? Whether it be Tony or Knock or Amazing 9, like, they have all the damage. They have this massive gold lead on the side of Donkey Punch. How are they going to get through this Rammus, who is just building straight armor? Because they know that Tony doesn't do damage, and the only one who's gonna be doing damage is Kodak.
Right. I mean, Kodak's kind of the hope here. He does have his last Whisper finish, so that is good news. I think the key here is to not get caught out and hopefully take a fight 5v5 that you can have Kodak sit in the back line and dodge the cannon ult or cleanse it, and, pick up a kill from there. 9 looking for an engage, doesn't quite find it, but
yeah, this is really weird lane assignments, I feel, from Shrimp Gang. They need people farming. Like, this is just a farm period, right, for them. They don't have a jungle because it's taken by all of Donkey Punch. They're all over the jungle. They should just, try to push out the lanes as much as possible. Make sure there's members on both top, mid, and bot side. And they're finally splitting up, but Dragon is coming up soon, and I think they might actually have to give this one up. I don't think they will, because just knowing how Shrimp Gang are, they are going to want to contest this. But it's only the 3rd Dragon. I mean,
yeah,
I don't know if it's necessarily set up for them.
I think it's absolutely not. As we can see, they don't have it. We're not all for engage. Nami flashes away. Big Rammus. Clint's coming in just a little early, but Jinx does have the flash. Amazing 9 on the back line. Is he going to be able to get it? Gets a knock up. Not much damage. 2 clones, 1 box in a bad spot, though. Tony B follows up. 2 clones does drop. Tony's in a bad spot, though. He gets killed. Shroud Abuser gonna flash in on the Zeri. He's got the triple kill. Can he go for the Penta here? He's pretty quick with his ult, but he's a little scared. But you know what? Well done by Zeri. Like you said, that they go in for the engage and they have the damage to get really, really, really blown up. So Shroud Abuser really showing us that. Well done to him.
Yeah, definitely a different look from Shroud this time around in this game. We might actually get to a game 3, which is very exciting because these teams deserve it, right? These teams are very head-to-head, very competitive, and Shroud is showing his best here on the Zeri. Looks like they're gonna go straight for Baron. I like this a lot. They have a mana advantage. Yeah, Tony and Amazing 9 are down. The steal is quite possible, though. We have seen Knock Knock, otherwise known as Carry Bear, steal a lot of objectives on Sejuani before. So this actually might be the most hype moment. I'm waiting.
They don't have a ward, but they do have Sejuani on the outside of the pit, and they do have Kodak with ult. Are they going to get in time?
Oh!
Sejuani has stolen it! Beautiful! Great call on that as well. Steals it and gets the immediate flash out to safety. Really well done by Knock Knock Knock.
Okay, Carry Bear, you're just a master of stealing at this point. I don't know what else to say. Like, this is what we have always seen from Carry Bear, aka Knock 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 Knock. So wow, what a change of events. I mean, they're still gonna be behind gold, but now they don't have to worry about the Baron push, and now they can safely scale more and more with the Jinx, put a little bit more damage onto Wukong, and make sure that we're just scaling up. But it's gonna be hard, right? Because the other team also scales pretty well. Wouldn't be surprised if they try to make something like what happened in the blue side jungle for red team to kind of catch them out, catch them off guard. But we'll have to see, or if they're just gonna wait out this Baron.
Yeah, hard to tell. I mean, I think they've been a little angsty, so they're probably going to go for the engages that they can find, but might be wise to wait out this Baron.
Yeah, might be. As
Sedge is working towards the top side.
Yeah, Carbon is on, he has a couple of setup wards behind him, so it's going to be quite okay, especially with the Lightning Rush. There's not really much going to be going on right now. So now that the game has kind of gone back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, we really don't know who's going to take this. Still, even though Donkey Bunch have accrued a very large lead, and due to that Baron being stolen, they either A, have to wait more and more time, or B, try to find a pick. And, Shrimp Gang, they are traveling as a team to each of these unknown jungle spots. So I like that look from them, making sure they're clearing out vision together instead of separated. And then you have Amazing 9, might be actually cut off.
Maybe in some trouble. He doesn't have a turret to back up to. Rammus is going in. They get baited by the standstill. Carbon going in with an ult. Meanwhile, Psych Out is in a really bad spot, but he does get the Berserk off. Can he get the kill? Ooh, Diana's going to stall it out, but it looks like Twitch might get the kill at the end of it. Amazing 9 in a bad spot. Carbon hasn't fallen. They trade 1-for-1 there. Support for top laner. So both teams playing that aggressive pick style, but it looks like Kodak team are looking to push mid, unless they realize that they got to respond to this. So might just be a quick shove and back, but Twitch can stall these if he needs. So they're gonna lose top side inner for tier 1. Ooh, okay, never mind. Doesn't seem like I think that's interesting. They probably could have gone for that turret, but they did use a lot of cooldowns, so makes sense they want to be a little safer. Ooh, can they find the Diana? Tony's looking really aggressive here. Ooh, gets flashed, taunted on. Is it gonna be enough? Tony goes in. Ooh, gets the cannon, flash, and his life with the ignite. Shroud Abuser going in, gets exhausted, trades exhaust back to Kodak, but he also gets bubbled. Really good bubble by Magic Man, but Zeri's just hopping around and going fast. Alright, I'm surprised that didn't end in a kill for either Shroud Abuser or Kodak, but I like the aggressive play.
Yeah, I think that Shroud might have benefited from being that aggressive a little bit earlier when Tony went in to save Carbon, or possibly save Carbon, because I mean, we did see that Tony was coming. Oh no.
Ooh, engage onto Shroud Abuser. He gets not ulted by Amazing 9 and ulted again by Amazing 9. Does he have the hops over the wall? He does. And it looks like he's going to escape, but we'll trade his flash for that. So that's actually a big cooldown, especially because Jinx on the opposing side does have flash. But it looks like, meanwhile, or Donkey Punch is taking Soul Point. And doesn't seem like there's a response for this yet. Teleport coming in from the cannon. They're not exactly shredding it too quickly. Cannon's in a good spot. Amazing 9 here. We got a almost full 5v5 Zarya isn't here yet. Beautiful Renata ult. Beautiful Cannon ult to follow it up. Looks like Phoenix is on Amazing 9 as well. And this might just be game here. Renata Ignite finishes the job.
Yeah,
Alright, Kodak is the
Kodak.
last one man standing, but 1v5 and it doesn't look too good for him, and he is going to fall as well. Very well done in that fight. With again, massive shout out to Psych Out 40 here. He just hit another huge Renata ult, and then really well played by Carbon to actually use that gold he got. And he wasn't engaged, he followed up, and they took a beautiful fight because of that. So
yeah, this is definitely was an interesting game, and congrats to Donkey Punch for putting the series to 1-1. Holy moly! You know, I voted the opposite team again. Am I caster cursing myself, Dack? Like, what is going on here? I'm usually pretty good when it comes to the predictions, but I have just lost points over and over again.
I can't say, but I mean, I just threw in 15k at a 2.65 times return, so thank you so much for your contributions.
No, not my points. I just realized that. Oh. Right.
I will say though, whoever earlier in chat, I saw you saying something that along the lines of this Renata looks like a first time. I think I hope you lost some points on that comment because you were pretty wrong about that.
Okay, okay, interesting. We got a lot of chat stuff going through here. Shroud Abuser in the chat. You need 5 bans for mid lane. A Donkey Punch. Oh man, not like this. I mean, sure. I mean, you had a good Zarya game, but what about that first game?
No, I mean honestly, respect. You know, you gotta throw away some ults just so you can carry the team another time. Right. So.
True. Yeah, definitely the look. But yeah, that is gonna tie up the series. Shrimp Gang and Donkey Punch 1-1. This is gonna be an exciting third game. But before we get to that, we're going to take a short break. We're going to set some things up. And, I mean, stay tuned. Grab your popcorn because this one is for the marbles. We'll see who takes Game 3. Don't go anywhere. And we're out. welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a banger of a series so far between Donkey Punch and Shrimp Gang. Uh, I really am excited for this third and final game. Um, I was wrong on both predictions for the last two games, so maybe I'll get some points back on this one. I don't know. They've gone ahead and started a draft. Shrimp Gang is going to take a blue side. So we will have a change of sides once again. But yeah, tell me what your thought process is for this third game, because it's dead even, and
Hmm.
we see, generally the same champs being picked throughout all three of these games, or all two of
Hmm.
the games so far. So is there going to be any changes like that one?
Ooh, yeah, that's a big one. Is just getting Zeri out of this game. Shrimp Gang, frankly, I kind of want to see a Renata ban here. Unless they think they can play around it, but Psych Out was really playing well in that. So, if not third ban, and one of the last two if it hasn't been picked. But
Okay. It
um,
looks like they're still respecting the Tryndamere and Akali. Um, but yeah, I wouldn't doubt them banning it. Be a might be a good idea actually. I mean, Psycho did a wonderful job with just making sure his team stayed alive and to disrupt the enemy team as well. But I think they want to stick with comfort. We saw it in the previous two games. They're just kind
right.
of doing their own thing. They want to keep playing the same comps. And unfortunately, it didn't work out for them this time. So it seems like Shrimp Gang. Oh, there it
There's the
is.
Renata ban.
There's the run out of ban. So they have to give up other champions for these bans. So we'll see what the picks are like, because I feel like this is the game where you have to change things up on both sides in order to come out on top. Now that Zeri and Renata are banned, two picks that we have seen in both of these series. So
Yeah. Like you said, I think Shrimp Gang are probably gonna lean towards their comfort picks. I'd be excited to see him pick something that isn't Wukong. If they're gonna, Seraphine first pick.
okay,
That's not bad. And the Vagar first pick. Both of these were banned champions in previous lobbies, so happy to see that
yeah.
they're whipping out the picks that don't get banned.
Oh wow, Donkey Punch opting for the Poppy. I think this is a really good pick considering what Shrimp Gang play. Because for instance, like Knock Knock Knock, he plays dash heavy champions and anybody that tries to get in your face. Um, might be good to have a Poppy on your side, especially in order for the synergy to work between Poppy and Vigar. Right, you push
Right.
someone into the stun, works out beautifully. But it looks
Ooh,
like
Lissandra to Dack.
Lissandra. Okay,
A lot
back
of
at the Lissandra. Yep.
AoE AP damage so far, so I mean they do have the CC that Shrimp Gang have looked good for the most part with their alts.
Yeah.
So if they can get a good combo here, then that'll be pretty deadly. But like you said, the Vagar Poppy, again, kind of playing towards that pick style.
Yeah.
Um, but Poppy, I really like as a pick
Wow.
champion. He coming in, so this will be an
Interesting.
interesting one. Definitely
Definitely.
a
Whew.
bit of a swap from what we've seen before.
Definitely a bit of a swap. And here comes Carbon's
Oh,
Kled. I am pretty excited to see that one because he's been on Ken in two games. He hasn't had that aggression with Kled. And this is the type of comp Donkey Punch is known for. They executed it really well during the game between them and Eggplant. I believe it was. They executed a split pushing tactic with Kled just being an absolute nuisance in the top side of the map. Let's see if they can replicate that. So looks like Shrimp Gang are going to target the Morgana once again, targeting Psych Out. They're throwing bans to the
ooh,
support. I think that's fair. Psych Out has played pretty good two games. Um, and yeah, that is probably what this pick right here is either going to be. I feel like this is going to be the ADC pick for Donkey Punch, seeing that they picked
yeah.
their two solo lanes and jungle, and then leave counter pick for the support. It's kind of an awkward thing to do, countering as support, but it makes a lot of sense. It looks like Zaya is going to be the pickup there. I actually am.
Interesting.
I'm okay with that. I think that kind of plays into their strengths, because you don't want Zaya being blown up by Lissandra or Master Yi or Seraphine. Just that wombo nest right there, that person that can get onto you. You
Mhm.
can dodge it with the ultimate, just to get out of harm's way. It's going to be the Wukong once again. Amazing
All right.
9. Wukong 3 times in a row. Um, hmm.
You know what? Maybe it's a slot machine, and this is a jackpot right here. So hard
this
to
is
tell,
the
but
this is the day that I get to face Kled, and now I can pull out the Wukong.
right.
uh,
We'll see what these last picks are. I mean, so far, Donkey Punch's comp. I like the first three picks. I don't know how I feel about the Zaya. I think I would have rather seen like a Tristana, or something that can dive, even an Ezreal like they just picked on Strip Gang side, but something a little more divey to go with that Kled and the Poppy
okay.
Vigor, But I feel like Kodak or Donkey Punch's ADC might get a little play a little too safe with this, and I'm not a fan of that play style with this.
Okay, that is definitely fair. Um,
Ooh,
and Pantheon Hover here is
Pantheon
gonna be
support
picked.
possibly, yeah. So
Yeah, I actually really like that pairing with how Donkey Punch want to play. They want to let Zaya just kind of do whatever down the bot lane and kind of roam, and make sure that they win the 4v5, because that's what it's gonna be. For most of Donkey Punch's game plan, we can kind of see the pick comp again. They love running this pick comp, and these are their champions, right? This is what
right.
they're gunning for. So we'll see if Shrimp Gang can, once and for all, shut them down, as they are second seed, and that means that this game is going to be the difference between being in second place or being in third place for both of these teams. Um, so yeah, the stakes are high. Well, not too high, but pretty high. This is gonna pretty much dictate who is the better team out of these
It's
already high-ranking teams, I guess, for
right.
bragging rights and what have you, because they pretty much have solidified themselves as being in the playoffs. Kind of. I mean, we still have quite a few weeks to go, but they're pretty high up in the standings, making sure that they're double digits now. So that's a good showing from them already. But yeah, this is gonna just give them either team bragging rights, and I think that's actually pretty crucial, because they're beating out one of their competitors that they may see back in playoffs. So if they know they can beat them now, or at least go even with them, um, definitely going to be exciting games going forward. I want to pick your brain again, though. We see something
Hmm.
different coming out of Shrimp Gang. There's no more tanky front line. It's all damage and assassination and CC
Right.
oriented. So, do you think that Shrimp Gang have what it takes to come back from that loss over Donkey Punch?
I don't know. This one's kind of a wild card game. They
Okay.
they whip out the Yi. I don't know if that's out of tilt or out of a whipping out a pocket pick. It's hard to tell right now, but I don't know. I like both of these comps for their own things. There's a lot
Okay.
of potential for both teams to play for picks, to play for alt combos. I really, really want to see two things. I want to see a straight invade by Donkey Punch, and I want to see a straight counter invade, just five stacking in a bush by Shrimp Gang. That
Yeah,
Seraphine Lissandra combo will instantly win the invade if they're stacked in a bush. But
that is true.
hard to tell
That
what
is
they'll do.
very true. We'll see what
Most
they
teams seem a
do.
little
I
scared,
mean, they both have scaling champions, right? And I
right?
think the one way to get a scaling champion ahead is to give him an early lead. So it's definitely quite possible. I think both teams actually love to invade here, because, like you said, the Lissandra and Seraphine could net a pretty good CC chain. Vigar plus Poppy plus Pantheon. I mean, I wouldn't. It would be pretty surprising if they didn't, considering they are red side as well.
Mm,
But it's gonna be. This is balls to the walls here for Game 3. Predictions are up. Yeah, and so I don't know. I feel like I have to give it to Donkey Punch, because they have the more safe team, in my opinion. They have the scaling, they have the pick
mm.
potential, they have Carbon on Kled, which I don't know if you've ever seen Carbon on Kled, but uh, pretty nasty stuff, and we've seen him do relatively well on the Kennen. They did drop a game, but that's okay. Now that he's on Kled, he actually can do what he wants to do best, which is split push and kind of dominate your opponent. But maybe that's what Amazing 9 wants. Maybe that is why Wukong was picked 3 games in a row, expecting the Kled. So we'll have to see. But yeah, any final remarks? I mean, I'm kind of gonna go with I'm definitely gonna go with Donkey Punch on this one.
You know what? Just for good measure, I might go with Shrimp Gang. Though, as far as my
Okay,
points vote go, it might still go towards Donkey Punch. That's got the better odds. But
that's fair. I mean, I have lost both predictions so far, so I'm trying to make it up.
mm.
Trying to make it up here. So I'm gonna vote for the not so much underdogs as much as the points are telling me otherwise, because there's almost 30k points over on the side of Shrimp Gang. There's a lot of Shrimp Gang fans in the chat, but yeah, this is gonna be a banger. I do think that this is it. We'll see how each of these teams go. But yeah, we're gonna toss it to a short break. But when we come back, we're gonna have Game 3 on our hands. You don't want to miss it. Don't go anywhere. And welcome back,
Alright,
ladies and gentlemen. It's gonna be game 3 of
and right away we have the
Champion
5-man invade.
of...
5-man stun on Vanguard. That's a free 5
Wow.
ability power. You love to see it. They
Okay.
spotted on the ward there.
The
Okay.
downside is he starts E. But,
Yeah.
yeah, 5 ability power... I don't know if that's completely worth... I mean, I do play Viger myself. Starting E
It's.
really feels bad. It really
I
does
think
feel
you're
bad.
right about that. He may have gotten more in the long run with Q, but he did the emotional damage, so.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's very rare you get a 5-man stun at level 1, right? Like that is
Right.
actually pretty cool. So,
Especially whenever 3 teammates see it and walk into it, and then the other 2 watch those 3 walk into it and follow suit. That's just real team play right there.
yeah, real team play. But yeah, I do expect bottom side of the map. I know we didn't kind of go over that before the break, but I do expect bottom side of the map to kind of be the aggressors here for the side of Donkey Punch. Having the Pantheon there means everything. You want to punish as much as possible, or at least push out the wave and roam, right?
Right.
That is definitely one of those supports I don't see quite often anymore. I remember he was pretty strong during the previous season, I believe. I mean, he's just one of those champions that's like so annoying to deal with.
Right. And they're gonna have to go for a fast level 2 if they want to engage, which looks like they're in a good spot too. Psych Out walks up for this wave and autos these. He might be able to force an engage. Meanwhile,
Yep.
Amazing 9 looking to trade in the top lane and doing alright so far. He hit level 2 first, so.
Yeah, they're looking forward down to bot lane. Both of them have hit level 2. Might not be too much there. They're kind of... Magic Man and Kodak know what they're doing. They're playing safe. Just making sure they're not dying is what the goal was that he stated. Oh, but 2 clones
Right.
taking a brunt of a root there. And Shroud getting pushed in. I'm curious as to where the jungler is going to go here because Will Phoenix can definitely look to invade.
Yeah, I think you are right about that. He is looking for that, but all of that top side is gone, so with that knowledge, do they know that the Yi is bot side? That's the question.
Well, they do now, as he was spotted out on a ward.
Gotcha. Oh, speaking of spotted on the ward, top
Yep.
side, same situation.
Just gonna trade scuttles,
So?
looks like.
Yeah, it looks like both junglers have similar ideas. They start on opposite sides, look to gank the lane at 3, and didn't work because of the wards, so well played by the teams to actually have wards.
Yeah, definitely. Good ward coverage, and now we resume back to farming is the game, I guess. And with an Infernal Dragon coming up, that means we have limited good Drakes available to us. But I would love to see something like a Hextech soul for this game, as I believe we had Ocean in the first game and Mountain in the second game.
Right.
Hextech, I feel like a lot changes with that because
Yeah.
the gates are definitely one thing, but the soul is so good in my opinion. So I'll have to see what that becomes. But as far as pressure goes, I do think that Donkey Punch kind of have the lane prio to be able to get this first drag coming up. But currently they're kind of low on resources here, as 2 clones is taking a lot of poke damage.
Yeah, 2 clones, not doing a whole lot of the dodging part of the laning phase. Really just eating Magic Man. I think he's just too busy staring at Magic Man's $20 skin right now, because he's just taking the poke head on, so.
Yep. And unfortunately, Knock 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 is spotted out on a ward, and that is crucial information if you're Phoenix, right? And look, we see
Right.
Phoenix kind of counter jungling right now, as 2 clones was forced to back. I think that's that. I think I really like that. Knowing that the jungler is also backing, you're kind of like, sure, you're losing a little bit of farm there, but should be fine as.
Oh, top gank.
lane?
Fled goes in, hits the chain. Ooh, Amazing Knight has to flash early. Will Phoenix be able to get it? Questionable flash Q, but he gets it anyways. And he escapes without taking the last turret shot. got Flash and Ignite out, and Carbon, also to note, has TP, and the wave is pushing to him, so this is really not a good spot for Amazing 9 to be in. This lane is not looking good for him now.
Yeah, he's going to lose quite a bit from this wave. As long as Carbon doesn't push it, looks like he is going to push it out, so it might actually even out. Maybe he just
I think he's
wants to
setting
get
up
a
a
back
freeze
off.
here.
He might be setting
He's
up
got,
a freeze too, yeah.
I don't think he can maintain a freeze too long, but he's setting it up all right so far.
Yeah, a couple of resources used. Phoenix does get the kill, so not bad, not too bad overall. Will be good for the pockets of Phoenix, as Dragon is going to be met with 2 junglers, a couple of bot laners. We'll see what comes of this. But I think that the aggression coming out from Amazing 9 on this matchup is definitely a change from what we've seen.
Good good hook from Carbon helps him with that trade, but he did take a lot. Ooh, Shroud hits a stun and doesn't see it.
Yeah.
So he doesn't get any damage off, but you know, +1 AP, he's scaling.
Well, looks like it is gonna be Donkey Punch taking this first dragon.
Looks like a free Drake for Donkey Punch, unless we get a Miracle Q. But it doesn't look like it.
Miracle Q versus Smite. I mean, we saw it game 2. Anything could be stolen by Carry Bear, but he's currently just farming. That's all Master Yi wants to do, is just farm, wait till he gets his item power spikes, and do a lot of damage.
Yeah, I'm hoping he'll be able to actually find some value, but it'll be tough. I think he might have a chance at top lane at some point. Ooh. Speaking of top lane, Amazing 9 has to burn the ultimate and doesn't even dismount the Kled. So that early loss really put him behind. A pickaxe versus a Sheen, he's not in a great spot.
Yeah, not in a great spot. You know, Kled, I you know, it's really just who can.
Magic Man hits the root. Ian will Kodak flash. Kodak does not commit. I think he could have flash Q'd that, but you know what? Well, not a bad trade overall.
Not a bad trade, and oh man, Amazing 9 losing more farm. I mean, sure, knock. We'll take advantage of that. Just pick up the farm as much as he can. But wow, I mean, the CS differential right now in the top lane is already half. So that is pretty painful to see. We saw Amazing 9 try to be a little bit more aggressive this time around in the matchup.
Speaking of aggression, there's a teleport from the Kled who's going to probably ult in. There is a Pantheon coming up behind, and a Poppy. Ooh, Seraphine burns the flash early, and she's going to die for that. Ezreal might be able to get out here if he still has his E or flash. He still has E. Ooh, Phoenix does not quite get the stun, but overall not bad. Teleport traded for a flash for the Seraphine and a death. So, and again, Carbon's getting a little bit ahead and trading some kills over as well. So.
Yeah, and I wish we would have seen this from Kennen in the previous games. I mean, this was really early. Oh no, not too
That's
close.
Getting traded right back. Knock. Looking to do something on the Yi now. Does not get the Q off in time, but Clones doesn't have flash, and that's a kill for Kodak.
Yeah. You have to respect the roaming Pantheon.
Yeah, speaking of which, the Mobies.
Yeah, if your support is not there, you have to play safe. And, you know, I don't know if the side of Donkey Punch was spotted out over on the side of... they might have been spotted up going upwards to that Rift Herald, but that doesn't mean you can step up that far, especially when you don't know where Knock is.
You know, I put a petition out to ban mobility boots from the game. Mobility boots are the leading cause of death for friendly ADCs.
That's true.
So,
hey.
We're looking like we get a flash. Ooh, really good stuff by the Lissandra, and knock here to clean it up. So, good stuff. Really nice Seraphine ult. Veigar doesn't hit anything in the cage, but he does get out and trades Poppy's life for it. So.
Oh, what a change! I guess they just got caught out. I think there's nothing less to say about that. Nothing more. As
Speaking of caught out, 9 gets hit with another chain, and it looks like Carbon got body blocked. He could not walk any further to trade better.
Yeah, I mean, the the aggression now has changed sides for top lane, but I want to kind of talk about this bottom lane here. What it means for them, because now that Psychout has a kill, they could look to be a little bit more aggressive, right? We could even see Psychout roam more, and Rift Herald is going to be pop mid for Shroud to pick up that gold as well as Phoenix. I like that look.
Lissandra ease in, will get ulted, but not gonna die from that, and Phoenix's life is not a danger because he burns flash ult for it. So, you know, I mean, a little bit more AP to Veigar, and no kills traded over, but they did get some gold off of that, so maybe it'll be worth it in the long run.
They did indeed. That's going to be huge in the pockets of Shadowbreezer, who is actually really behind on CS, almost 20 CS behind this Lissandra. Or actually almost 30 CS behind this Lissandra. Hasn't been doing too well, but has at least stayed alive. And I think that's as much as you can ask for a Viger to do, as you can as Dragon number 2. Gonna be Ocean Dragon. Might actually be Hextech Soul. Would love to see it. Oh no.
Oh, Phoenix is not in a good spot. He has no flash, he has no ult. He's going to get entombed by the Lissandra ult, and that's a very easy kill. Oh. And top lane does not trade it back though. Very easy kill over to Shrimp Gang, so.
Yeah, they're starting to find all these picks in the mid lane of all places in those side bushes, and it's working. It is working. Shrimp Gang are pulling it back. They're gonna pick up the second drag, probably for free. Yep.
Yeah. And we will.
I really like this look. I think Knock. We're looking at him because he is 2-0, and he's going to be doing a lot of damage coming up soon when he gets his first and second items. But yeah, and nothing really stopping him right now. Maybe except for Carbon, who has been doing a great job keeping the pressure up.
I don't think Veigar has the damage for this, but he does.
Oh!
A Psych Out with the flash, the roam. Oh, beautiful. Well, more money into Psych Out's pockets, but he does burn Flash and Ignite for that.
Yep. The classic Psych Out roaming support is back in action. Thankfully, that 2 clones hasn't been getting.
We're actually looking to punish this on the bot side. Poppy is here close. Xayah uses ult. Still has summoner spells. Ooh, really good Seraphine ult. Is it going to matter? It might not.
Oh.
Ooh. Beautiful Pantheon ult coming in. Psych Out again. Just right place, right time. He's cleaning this up. So really good pick on the Ezreal. Got both summoner spells out. Got Seraphine ult out. So great stuff by our donkey team here.
Yep, this is kind of trading back kills and making sure that they're having Psych Out kind of roam around the map. I think that was one of the great things about their comp. They can easily do that. But I would love to see some invades happening, because we still have a 2-0 Master Yi. Sure, he doesn't have a bounty, but he's very easily punishable with a Poppy and a Pantheon. Like, you cannot do anything against that, I feel, especially in the jungle, in the depths of the jungle, where there's so many walls. You can, as soon as he gets out of Alpha Strike, it'll be easy. But oh no.
Ooh, Yi is coming in. He's zoned by the Veigar baby cage. Is he going to be able to get the Q off? And he does get the kill on Shroud Abuser, but that's going to trade for his Lissandra's life, and he's just going to dip. That is some solo queue Yi play right there. He came in, he got what he wanted, he let his mid laner die and left, so respectable. But he might have been able to get more, hard to tell.
Yeah, I think that was good for Knock, but not so good for Tony. I mean, Tony is really playing a supportive character as of right now. No, oh, here we go.
Oh, really good looks with again from the Psych Out roam. Is Amazing 9 going to be able to get out of this one? He dashes away. He's on a ward. He flashes. He's running towards his Yi, but he might not be able to escape the Kled ultimate. Will Knock be able to turn this if they commit? He's on the Kled. He's doing a little bit of damage. Amazing 9 does fall. Kled dismount, Psych Out. Ooh, Phoenix re-engages. Are they going to be able to get the Veigar? Ooh. Gets an execute. Did not tag the Poppy. So, you know, not the worst. Ooh, is Lissandra going to clean this up? Kled is very close to remount, but ooh,
Oh.
Kled just barely gets. Ooh, Seraphine ult coming in short. Lots of flashes out from both of the mid laners, but Psych Out gets shut down by the Lissandra. You know, that's not a bad
What?
not bad money into Lissandra's pockets.
What the heck just happened, man? Everybody's missing things. I don't know. This game is really weird now.
That was a series of events, to say the least.
That was definitely a series of events. Yeah, I don't really know. That was interesting from both sides. But yeah, I think that Shrimp Gang came out on top of that. Overall, I mean, they did get a couple of shutdowns. Um, so it's
Yeah,
helping them, but at the same time, Master Yi finally fell, and that's even
it's
more
true.
shutdowns. The thing is that Carbon has broken up top lane, right? And we're
Right.
seeing more roams from him coming out, which I really like. He's roaming with Phoenix and Psych Out to be able to counter jungle. Finally, I think that's a good look. I think that's what you want to do with this composition.
Knock just gonna ult out for safety. Tony look for a little poke. Oh, Psychot's trying to force this, but they will be happy to take the rift off of that. So, getting a lot of good pressure
Yeah.
from our Donkey team here.
Yeah, macro wise, this is going really well in favor for Donkey Punch, right? Like they've broken
Mhm.
2 towers, they've gotten a rift, they've gotten Infernal Dragon at least. So it's looking to be their game. Oh no.
Really good engage by Phoenix, and Seraphine is going to be very squishy, blown right up.
Yeah.
And they can transition this really well.
They definitely can. They're probably gonna, yeah, they're just gonna go for Dragon here. They know that they have the man advantage. Yeah, this is looking already like very rough for the side of Shrimp Gang, as you know, E does scale pretty well, but if he just doesn't have access to to his farm due to these invades, like it could be really slow, and I think that's what he has to worry about the most. Phoenix being ahead, in the terms of like macro wise, I guess. Amazing Nine and the rest of his team kind of haven't been able to keep up with Carbon, who's going it
Amazing
again.
Nine engaged on. He's going to get tethered. He's going to be getting slapped around by the Kled. Is the Kled going to be able to finish this? One more tether will probably do the trick here. Carbon playing with his prey or just missing auto? There he goes. All right, and
Maybe a little bit of both.
that's a lot of stuff that went well for Donkey Punch right there. You know, top
Yeah.
lane gets a free solo kill, bot lane gets a turret. They could have gotten more value out of that Herald, I think, but they got the turret out of it, so not terrible. And yeah, it's Yi is looking like one of the only ways. Yi and alt combos the only ways back into this game, it seems like, but I feel like Yi's gonna have a rough time into the Veigar, into the Poppy, the Kled
Right.
even, and like who's he gonna kill? You know, this is Xayah has infinite peel for herself right now, so.
Yeah, and that's kind of why I really like the Xayah, because you don't even have to, like, you don't have to worry about Xayah for the most part, right? She can kind of self-sustain for a little bit, you know, get away, you know, flash away, ult away. There's many options for 2 clones here, and then Psycho just does whatever he wants to do with these Moby boots. Already has the Eclipse. Oh man, it's so tragic for Master Yi players, right? Because you literally can't do anything. You have to just keep farming and farming. But if you don't have access to your camps, your whole jungle is taken over. You're gonna have a bad time. Like, and you can't walk up like how we saw Magic Man just walk up to the bush and get immediately, you know, pushed into a wall and collapsed on. So, and you know, it's really tragic, because I thought they would at least be able to survive through the mid game. That was their goal, right? They just needed to scale up and farm, but they opted for fights and got picked apart very early on. And Amazing Nine hasn't been doing well. We thought that Knock Knock was going to help him out probably the most, but it just did not. It's not going to work with a Master Yi who needs to get to these few items.
Yeah, I don't know about opting into fights as much as Psych Out very forcefully offering fights to them. So they've been responding best they can. But Shrimp Gang's been responding best they can. But yeah, like you said, that's their hope needs to kind of be to farm up and then play for whatever they can. But it's going to be difficult if Psych Out keeps forcing engage as well, and if Carbon, especially being ahead, also has that option.
Yeah. So here we kind of see. I'm curious as to what their Shrimp Gang's plan is.
Tony's trying to force something. He ults the Veigar. He hits him with their... Ooh, beautiful follow-up by Kodak. I'm a little surprised they got that. I feel like Psych Out could have blocked some of that, but that's good in there. Good for them. Kodak, especially being able to scale, means that he'll actually be able to poke a bit, which will be really good.
Would be really good, but we have two top and bottom lanes kind of getting pushed out. Is two clones?
Need
he's
okay,
not gonna get executed now.
He is gonna ult just to do some damage to the environment, I guess.
Yeah, damage to the environment. I like that. Damage to the environment. We love to see it. Just how Shroud was doing damage to the environment with
yeah, exactly.
Right. I get you. Kind of team-wide effort.
Nice Seraphine ult. Gonna catch Psych out here, and there's a lot of team follow-up, but nice Poppy ult and Veigar Cage are gonna keep them from engaging on that. The Dragon's gonna be a little questionable here. We'll see how both teams set up.
Yeah, I feel like that was a complete whiff for Magic Man. Right before Dragon is up too, and they're posturing for this, but now they're down a couple ults. Even though two clones did die. Or, sorry, two clones did die, they still... Oh, wow. They're actually getting very deep in this jungle. I like this a lot, too, but we do see nobody coming towards it. They're already past that point.
You know what? I like it, but alright, we're gonna see how this works.
Oh, okay,
Nothing else I do get to go as 5, so... Two clones, it's the first to catch him. Veigar Baby Cage. Ooh, great CC on with the Seraphine and the one with the Wukong. Wukong does get in for the engage though. Tony's passive is gonna start to go off though. He's got 2. The E is going pretty hard here though. Meanwhile, Kled in the backline is trading, so not bad for the Shrimp Gang. Shrimp Gang, like you said, that Nocturne act or the knock on the E actually got a lot of value there. So this game is far from over. Ooh, and he's gonna get another Q onto the Veigar. Does he get the kill? He does get the kill onto the Veigar. So this Yi has very quickly become a threat. The Yi that's been farming all game. So
wow.
We have to Carbon, and he is just going to give it.
Yeah, Carbon. I like the attempt. Going into the back line, but then he didn't stay. Like he actually followed the Ezreal. And Ezreal survived a lot longer than I think Carbon was expecting, and that just allowed Knock to just pop off. So now we're looking at, yes, it is Knock versus the world here. Does have a few supporting characters in the ride. This is gonna, now that the scales have kind of tipped, I think maybe a little bit more in the favor of Shrimp Gang as, being a Yi player, this is definitely what you want to see.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. On the top side, Carbon might be caught out here, but can he get the 1v2? He is going to get knocked up by Amazing 9. Yi is here to follow it up, and it looks like Yi is just going to clean up Carbon very quickly and get some nice shutdown gold. Only 200, but look at Poppy's also caught out. Flash R by Tony to dodge the Poppy, and Phoenix, Carbon, both taken down. That does not look good, especially since they're posturing towards Baron now. So, really good stuff on Shrimp Gang's side.
Really good stuff on Shrimp Gang's side, and it's just really funneling the Yi, right? I mean, all these characters have to. I mean, Yi is doing a lot of the work right now, a lot of the heavy lifting. Finally, he's finally gotten the kills he needed. And I'm sure they're going to trade Inhib Tower for Baron, but I think that's pretty worth for Shrimp Gang, as now they could use this Baron to kind of get at least one tower here. None have fallen for Shrimp Gang quite yet.
I like this.
Oh,
They're looking for
oh
a slight
no.
desperation play, but it's good cheese. They could have dodged back, but they might not have been spotted out there.
That was just a
Uh,
guess, I think.
yeah, that was just a guess, and it looked like she didn't walk far enough to see them, so they might be able to look for Amazing 9 on the bot side here. But they are gonna lose mid over it.
They will lose mid
I
over
don't know how
it.
worth it is, but uh, they'll be chasing the
Will
monkey
they
for a little
even
bit.
get? Will they even get the monkey? Let's find
They'll be
out.
chasing him. Find out next time on Curious George. Ooh, Shroud Abuser misses the
Okay.
cage. Amazing 9 running very quickly with the cloud rift up. Ooh, Shroud Abuser gets a little bit of damage down. He uses ult, doesn't get the kill, and Pantheon's ulting away. Alright. Psych out, leaving Shroud Abuser to die,
Okay.
but they might get the trade onto the alternate mid laner. They do. I don't like that the gold went over to Psych out there, but
Yeah. This is really weird macro play now coming out from the side of Donkey Punch. I mean, I'm just caster cursing everything and everyone. I don't know. I don't know anything. I am just completely blown away. This is definitely an even matchup now, as it looks like they will get 3 turrets out of this Baron.
yeah,
Really good.
Kled ult though, I love this in the mid lane. Kled ult to get the inhib, and they will very quickly shred through this. So they take a pretty good trade actually. The only downside being that that'll give E or whoever else wants it a lot of farm. So, like you said, interesting macro play. Hard to tell if where this game's gonna go from here.
It is definitely hard to say. We just have to see who can kill knock.
Sandra on the flank with Sandra eating in. Is she going to get the ult? She does immediately ult the Kled. Kled's not in a great spot. He knows he doesn't have ult, but this is a good choke for Xayah to be fighting in. Can Xayah get the recall? Can she do enough damage to kill anything? She cannot, and Kled does manage
Kled
to
gets
get
out.
out
Wow.
there, so not terrible.
Not terrible. A lot of resources used, but there's no objectives up until this dragon in a minute, and it is Cloud Soul. This is definitely going to help out either team, but I feel like, yeah, I feel like a lot of the kills shouldn't be going over to Psych Out at this point in the game, and it's really weird seeing him keep getting these kills, because I feel like that Seraphine kill, like, you could have let that go, right? Like, to one of the
Right.
scalers, right? Like, she was Magic Man was dead to rights. There's no way Magic was getting out of that unless he had like some miraculous flash. But
They got
you know,
a nice spot. And might,
yeah,
gonna
it
give away his
is.
position and dip.
It's gonna come down to these team fights, and it looks like Donkey Punch are opting for the 4v5 here. Gonna leave Carbon up top side. He does have the Unleashed teleport, so he will be able to teleport at a moment's notice. But this is just the third drag, and yeah, I don't
think this is a good fight for him to take. Will they be able to escape, or is the engage in him? Ooh, Flash R engaged from the Wukong, with Lissandra going in as well. Beautiful ult by Kodak, but the kill gets stolen by the Yi. Knock Knock going hard. Knock Knock, that's 2 for him. He's still got the movement speed from his ultimate. Can he get his 2 clones 1 box? He does. He's only 2 clones 1 box. The Flash, the exhaust not going to be enough. So, well done by the Yi. Knock Knock Knock. Knocking on their doors. It's Master Yi. He's come to claim what's his.
10-1-4, incredible scoreline. I didn't think he was going to do this well, right? We were like, yeah, I mean, Viger, they have the CC necessary to kind of stop him in his tracks, but they're just getting picked out. I mean, the comp that is the pick comp is getting picked apart. This is kind of going in favor of Shrimp Gang. I mean, there's still hope. Carbon is still doing a numbers work on the objectives, like the towers, the inhibitor, like what we saw earlier. But it's still really hard to do a 4v5 when you keep losing these fights. And I think the communication there was a little bit baffling, because they should have, you know, either called it off or said, let's go in as 4v5. But I think there was a scattered commitment there. Oh.
I'd have to agree. Ooh, the setup around the Baron Pit, is it going to lead to anything? Not yet. And again, I think the Vision War kind of won that, where, meanwhile, Psychout's looking to engage on Amazing 9. Amazing 9 loves that tech of standing still. It seems to have worked pretty well for him many times so far. But the consequence of going for Amazing 9 there is that they do lose their Vision in the Baron Pit, which is up in less than a minute. So will they be able to look for something? Poppy wants to, Psych Out wants to. They get Seraphine ult out, they get Lissandra ult out. Lissandra's in a bad spot. Veigar Cage is up. Will they be able to kill the Lissandra? She does have Zanya's and Flash Out. Ooh, and Psych Out gets his life traded. This isn't looking good. Kodak Mac with a Flash Q. Beautiful Flash Q by him. Knock, knock, knock. Dodges out of the Veigar Cage. And ooh, Shroud Abuser almost manages to survive, but not quite. The one hope is Carbon is down here on the bot side, shredding this turret, but Amazing Nine's here to defend, so I don't think he's going to get much out of it. And he might actually lose his life, unless he gets the remount.
He will.
Oh, he does get the remount. Amazing Nine tethered. Oh, not looking good for Amazing Nine. Carbon really well, really decent outplay. They didn't take the Baron though. This is interesting. They are opting for the top turret. Maybe they'll try to go for Baron afterwards, but this might be some questionable macro.
Yeah, a little bit questionable. I mean, maybe they're just worried about the death timers. I mean, we know that Pantheon can kind of get across the map fairly easily. I don't know. Carbon, knowing that maybe he has teleport, maybe he can sway the things of fights. You know, being so strong as he is with Hullbreaker, it's going to be hard to really take him down without a fight, and just him buying time might be why they didn't go after the Baron, but I feel like it would have been a good play to make, albeit a little bit risky.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the Baron was fairly free, just with the amount of damage that the Yi has.
That's true.
And the fact that they managed to push an entire top tier 2 turret out, so I think that was pretty free, but you know, again, they opted not to, and they do have a good comp for playing around the Baron pit, so can't really, you know, they're not in a bad spot, and the Baron's not at any sort of threat of being taken right now, so.
That is fair. That is fair. But it's better to be safe than sorry, I suppose. However, they are going after it now, and I think this is fair. They have all of their members up. They have everybody kind of near. Maybe they just couldn't take the sword before. There is no vision on this.
Pretty uncontested, and yeah, very quickly gone.
So now they have Baron, and this is where things get interesting, right? Because you have Carbon constantly pushing and pushing and pushing on the top side. If any of Shrimp Gang's members gets caught out, they're dead, right? Maybe except for like Master Yi. So, yes, this is what we will see.
This is what we want to see, yeah.
This is exactly what we want to see. Oh no.
This is the kind of play they need. So can they get the cage? They managed to root the beautiful ult by the Wukong. They do get the cage. They do get the kill into the Wukong, but it looks like he is in here and he's ready to go. Knock, knock, knock in, and they manage in their own cheese to lose 2 and only get 1. Carbon back in it doesn't get the Lissandra, and I don't think he's gonna get the remount. Ooh. But meanwhile in the mid lane, Kodak Mac cleaning up in the mid lane, so this is not looking too good for Donkey Punch. Really, I like the idea, but the execution wasn't there.
And they only lose Amazing 9 for it. But yeah, this is pretty much over at this point. If they cannot win out these really random skirmishes, and yeah, the TP will come in, Baron, and that might just be Shrimp Gang's Game 3 win.
I think you're right about that.
Gosh. They take down the 2nd seed.
Zaya's up, does no damage to the Yi. Poppy's up, gets the Lissandra out of the fight, but that's not going to last very long, and Yi is just going to right-click, as he does, on the inhibitor, or on the Nexus, so.
Yeah. What a game series, man. What a game series. You know, kind of, I thought it was gonna go, I lost points this whole entire night. Oh man, good for you for voting against me for most of it. I think you actually voted for Donkey Punch that time, so
yeah, I went against my better judgment and voted with you here, so you know it.
Oh no. I like this.
Well done to Shrimp Gang. They
yeah
definitely managed to bring it back. You know, they
right.
there was a 4K gold lead at some point, but like you said, that Yi just farmed up, and then he did Yi things in the. You know, I was surprised we didn't see more of the Veigar and the Xayah kind of stacking up, because that would have made Yi's job really difficult. But it seemed like most of the time the Veigar cage was used aggressively, and then Yi just waited in and went in afterwards. So good stuff on their part.
Definitely good stuff. I'm gonna put up the predictions, or sorry, not the predictions. The poll, the MVP poll for tonight's MVP. Who are you thinking about giving this one to? We saw 3 games,
Ooh,
so
um, that's a tough one. I really
okay.
liked game two, the Renata from Psych Out. And I liked his
That is
roams a
on the
lot
other
too,
team.
but
So
yes, but that oh yeah, I was gonna say, but that's of course not
yeah,
eligible, unfortunately. But so for the winning team, that's a good question. Truthfully, I I really liked Kodak first game on the Zeri, but I think knock knock knock, the value he got one from Sejuani steals,
man, the
as
Sejuani
well
steal.
as
Oh,
yeah, as
it
well as
was
all the
beautiful.
picks they got that game. Ooh, uh, yeah, I don't
Mm.
know. I think personally, I've got to throw it over to knock 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 knock, but that might just be me. Granted, Amazing Nine's mental. I
Oh
don't know. He
yeah,
managed to lose lane every single game, and his team won. So something's
yeah.
got to be said if he's still intact in the head. So
That is true. As the current votes are for Magic Man, actually. You know, and I think Magic Man did a good job with the mental part aspect as well. I mean, we saw it in the games in the one game that they lost. Like, him try to outdo the Renata, but it just didn't work out. I mean, and then in this game, kind of some of the ults were whiffed. I don't know. I'm feeling with you as well on the knock knock MVP, but I feel like Carry Bear, or uh, originally known as Carry Bear, gets way too much MVP votes if I remember correctly. But yeah, I do think knock knock actually deserved it for this series overall. I can definitely agree with Amazing Nine keeping the mental in check as well. But it's all up to you guys. You guys get to choose who your MVP was. I can even make a statement for Kodak, keeping his team
yeah,
together, keeping it alive, making sure that the appropriate positioning tactics were implemented in all 3 of these games. I definitely think he had a banger Zeri game that was definitely showcased. I mean, definitely a good Israel game as well, coming out 9-2-5 on the last game. So probably either Knock Knock or Kodak for me. But looks like
yeah,
Magic Man is winning by a few points here in the MVP vote. We might actually get support for once. A shout out to supports. They don't get a lot of recognition for what they do. But yeah, the MVP vote is almost done. What a great series, man! Like we
yeah.
rarely get
Really,
3 game series in the PCL. I think we've gotten like a lot of 2-0s, and especially on stream. I think this is one of the few ones that we have a 2-1 on stream. But it
yeah,
looks like
and
it is going to be Magic Man.
oh, very nice. I would add while we're on that topic, not
Yeah,
only not only a 2-1, but also the back to back during each individual game. You know that there were points at any game that either team could have taken it, so it was just really fun to see the sway. So
that is true. That is true. There was definitely a lot of back and forth. We're gonna bring Magic Man in for the MVP interview. Let me just find him. Boop. Hello.
Hello, fellas.
hey,
Hey. It has been a while, Magic Man, and congratulations for the 2-1 win.
Well,
Um,
thank you.
both of us were not expecting you to be the MVP. I'll be honest with myself with you. I mean, but it's been a while, Magic Man. I feel like you have been a veteran gap for quite a while. Going into this game, right? You're facing the second seeded team, and were you first of all? I want to ask, who was the shot caller on your team?
You know what? It kind of really just depends while we're in the game. I try to do a little bit of shot calling around objectives, but to be honest, our jungler kind of took the reins and just made a lot of really, really good calls in game one and game three that I think won us the game. So,
Okay, fair enough. Um,
good stuff.
if you would like to ask a question, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I've got a question for you. Is Seraphine a prio pick for you? Because I know that you hopped on that Seraphine pick third game as soon as it wasn't banned.
Seraphine's bae, bro. She's fucking awesome, man. Honestly, I think it was just a comfort pick. Nami and Seraphine are my two top right now, and Nami just didn't feel super effective in both those games. So when they let Seraphine go, it felt like it's a pretty blindable pick for us. Like, I mean, what really beats Seraphine other than a Hook Champions, and they didn't play Hook Champion, so we were chilling.
Very
That is
nice.
fair. And I want to
Always
ask
happy to be on a pocket pick.
about kind of how you guys came back into the third game, because I don't know what, if you guys had a mental reset, but you guys played to your strengths during the third game, and I just want to know the process of like, hey, like, what do we focus on now that we're 1-1 in the series?
I mean, to be honest, I think the big fucking mental was our top laner, the Amazing Nine.
Oh yeah.
Dude literally didn't give up. He had a rough couple of lanes, but it didn't matter. He did exactly what we asked him to do every game. So I think he kind of carried us mentally without being tilted. If he had gotten tilted off the face of the earth, I think we would have been done. But the other one was just our pick ban in game 3. We were really trying to get a Master Yi comp out there, and we were debating between Renata and Rammus, and we banned Renata. They didn't take Rammus. So Yi seemed free, and after we got Yi, it pretty much felt like GG. Because knock, knock, knock. Although his name would imply an excellent Nocturne player, which he is. He's also an excellent Master Yi player. So,
As shown, definitely 13-1-6 scoreline, very well played. Do you have any remaining questions, Dack?
I think I have just one more. What's it like laning with Kodak? I know a lot of people seem to be impressed with his play. It seemed like he had pretty consistent good games. So, and I know you were very obviously a part of that. So, what's your synergy like with him?
Kodak's a silent player in game, which is hysterical because he's wild outside of game. So I scream enough for the both of us. But he's really good, man. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw. I literally died first in a 2v1 in game 1, bro. It was real bad. So he put the team on my back, at least for bot lane. Sure. He's very good. Kodak is very good.
Okay.
Nice, glad to hear.
Well, congratulations, Magic Man. Do you have any shoutouts before we end the stream today?
Just big shout out to our top laner for 7 for us. And I think we just clinched second place tie with Donkey Punch. And we just kind of mopped the floor with them. So I'm going to take second place for us and say, see you later, Donkey, going into playoffs.
Okay. A lot of smack talk. Thank you for Magic Man for attending the interview today. It was good to see you. I mean, I feel like we barely get to see Magic Man in the MVP for a while now. But yeah, congratulations. You're taking the win against Donkey Punch, who is second seed. Now you guys are sitting pretty up in the top. But yeah, that is pretty much it for today. I think we're gonna announce who is being streamed tomorrow. Let me go ahead and look up that real quick, as we do have a game tomorrow. I'm trying to figure out which one it is. It's gonna be PCL Division 2. It's looking like it's going to be Stupid Team Dip versus Across the Map. I feel like I think we haven't streamed Across the Map yet, so be on the lookout. That's going to be at 8 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. So definitely tune in. I mean, this is another 2 teams that are very high up in the standings. Stupid Team Diff kind of leaning towards the bottom half, but Across the Map we haven't seen yet. They're at the top for a reason, so we want to see that reason. So, I mean, yeah, it was good to have you, Dack, on the cast for the first time. Definitely well-rounded in the casting. So, well, that's gonna be it for us. I think that you guys should tune in tomorrow. Like I said, 8 p.m. Eastern. It's gonna be Stupid Team Diff versus Across the Map. We'll see you then.
All right, it has been a pleasure.